What's up, everybody? Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Who are we seeing? Puentes Dollars, the Crease, Ilililililil, Bruno, Astor Carbon, Michael Sparks, and others, and Sir Gaines. Hello, good morning to you, Sir Gaines. Hello, hello, hello. I have no idea what you're talking about. Offenbach, no idea what that means. Hello, Italian. Tom, hello, hello. Good morning, everybody. We are back to the MS. Nothing too fancy still. Just going to be doing some bestiaries. We're going to begin with finishing Barkless Devotees. It should only take about 25 minutes. Then we're going to move on to farming some beginner bounties just to build up some tokens because we ran out yesterday. I can see that I claimed my daily, rolled some beginners, got a silver Rourke that is pretty damn good. So we're definitely going to do that a little bit later. And then we shall see. I have Gloof Bandits booked as well. So maybe we'll do some Gloof Bandits. Don't know. Overall, just, relaxing, talking rebalance, doing some bestiaries. Just waiting for that damn rebalance, my dudes. Hello. Hello, Zaki, Fatal Hold, Jacko. Good morning, everybody. I like to run in here for the devotee bestiary just at the start. The fanatics, which there are fewer of. I'm saving for the coming rapid. Hello. So we're going to do the devotees today. Whatever fanatics we have left, we're going to finish during the rapid in just under 2 weeks. Hello. What do you think about Monk no longer being able to heal himself using mass healing? I think it's kind of silly. I think it's kind of silly. I think I do think it was too strong. I do think the Monk out of nowhere getting a 2k heal every few seconds was too strong. But not being able to heal himself means that, he's not really going to want to use it. I think they should just nerf the self-heal to be around the same power as the regular Spirit Man, right? So the Monk heals himself about the same amount, but heals everybody else for a lot. So it's a great team healing spell, but it wouldn't really be usable solo, right? But now if it doesn't heal him at all, it's just kind of weird, right? He basically just has to skip a healing turn. Doesn't feel great, I think. The rebalance should hit just before the double EXP rapid respawn. Yeah, I would like that too. I mean, it's possible, but I do think, I don't know, just the radio silence and stuff makes me think they're probably not ready, and everything about this rebalance has been delayed. That feels like the release is going to also be delayed. So my guess at this point is the 9th of June, if I had to bet. I feel like they may not be ready next week. Update tomorrow? No, it's just going to be a random maintenance. As you can all see, I've still got a bit of a cold. My voice is a bit off, Hopefully, I'll get better and better throughout the week. So towards the end of the week, I'll be back to normal, and we'll maybe have some longer streams. At the moment, I can maybe manage like 4 hours or so. Have you decided what you're playing after rebalance? Yeah, you can see what we're playing. It'll be the beautiful sorcerer. How was the vacation? It was all right, Games. It was nothing special. I mean, we just went to Warsaw for 3 nights. First time in Warsaw. Certainly much more modern and clean than I was expecting. So yeah, pretty good. Met up with some friends from the UK who came to visit. Yeah, just, eating, drinking, nothing too crazy. Yeah, caught a cold, as you do when you socialize a little bit too much. But yeah, overall, all good. Good morning, Forsaken. Good morning. After rapid for long engagement time, yeah, maybe. I feel like they'll want you to pre-skill because it's rapid and skill, right? So I reckon they want you to pre-skill some of the vocations you're planning to play after the rebalance. So I'll be doing that. I'll definitely be like skilling a little bit of magic level on like my level 8 sorcerer for the testing on the lower level stuff. Not too crazy. Obviously, we don't want anything too crazy, but I think they probably want people to skill a lot of the vocation that they're going to play after rebalance. Will you play PoE 2 in the new league? I'm not sure. I'm not really feeling it, to be honest. I'm not really feeling it a whole lot. I'm hearing good things, though. I'm hearing good things. Will I play it? I'm just not feeling it. Skill shielding will be a thing? I don't think so. Like, it's going to be a little bit more useful, but I don't think you're going to be actually skilling it. I think Xurasayo from Monk should heal Monk a bit too, like Healing Link. Yeah, I mean, we don't want to make all the vocations exactly the same. It is a little awkward that it doesn't heal him, but he has more health than the Druid and stuff, so he doesn't really need it as much. And he's got the energy ring. Hello, Jo. Hello, Ontaria. Hello, good morning, good morning. Love Warsaw. Yeah, we had a really good experience with what we expected from Warsaw. You know, it's a capital of a big capital, so we kind of expected it to be a bit busy, bit dirty. But you know, maybe we were in a really nice area. Not sure, but yeah, it was definitely very modern, very clean, very safe. So yeah, it was good. Yeah. We went to Warsaw for a few nights. Where did we stay? We stayed in Powiśle. Yeah, like I don't know how much that means to someone from Warsaw. I don't know how big of an area that is. Monk has a bit of healing from the virtue healing. True. Balance patch tomorrow. Nah, my dudes, come on. Stop coping. Stop coping. Tomorrow's just going to be regular maintenance. Selling your Monk looks bad for the whole class. I mean, that's not exactly my concern. I'm not selling it because it's bad. I haven't yet even decided to sell it, but I'm probably not going to play it much because it's not changing all that much. I mean, I think this is a perfect opportunity for somebody to actually buy the Monk, to buy a Monk if they haven't played a Monk so far, because they will be, you know, getting cheaper and cheaper, I think, and be more and more in demand for team hunts. Did you have any good food? Sure. Had some Thai food. Went to a really nice Italian restaurant, actually. I'm not a big fan of Italian food. Find pasta a little boring, but there was like this really highly rated Italian place, and yeah, it was really incredible. Up Italian. Give names. Oh, hang on. It was like something Duro, Gran Duro or something. One sec. Let me find it. Italian Powiśle. Grano Duro. Grano Duro. Yeah, that's where we went for the Italian food. And yeah, it was very nice. Probably the nicest best Italian food I've ever had. Even though I'm not a big fan of Italian. Not worth skilling shielding for Rebalance? I don't think so. I don't think you should be like burning shielding weapons. Exercise shields, I guess they're called. I wouldn't be. Like it's nice to have a little bit more shielding for a little bit more healing. But not nice enough to, I think, to skill. I would rather still be going for melee skills. Did you try Ragu in Wrocław? Yep. I've been to Ragu in Wrocław, yes. Very nice as well. Ragu is very good in Wrocław as well. This place was even a little bit more authentic and a little bit better, I would say. Ragu is very nice as well. I have a question. Oh, hey, Dijox. I've just seen your question. Let me see. Have all best in slot item for druids, 700 level, and don't have sanguine boots. Do you think that they are worth 100kk? I have to assume that they probably... Oh, level up. I have to assume that they are. I mean, I haven't played druid. I don't play druid, so I'm not exactly the best person to ask, but sanguine items generally very, very good. And if they're 100kk, then there's probably a good reason for it. But I don't know what stats they are, so I assume they are pretty good. I don't know what the other best druid boots would be. Probably something from like Timira or Ix or something. I'm pretty sure the sanguines are going to be significantly better. If you don't need the elemental protection that they give, whatever it is, then I guess they're not a must-have, but I'm sure they're nice. Sick. 6% Terror Wave damage. 8% fire, 2 fizz, 2 magic level. Yeah, sounds reasonable, especially if you need the fire protection then. But is the Mon going to sale? So I'm going to be switching to every vocation, right? Are we going to go MS, then Paladin, then maybe Druid, maybe EK? So we're going to be playing different vocations for the next couple of years. So yeah, probably sell off the Monk just because I won't have time to play it. So I may as well get some money for it while it's worth still quite a lot. That's all. It's not that Monk is bad or anything, but I have a duty to my YouTube viewers to re-record some of the guides and stuff. Team to help with tutorial vids? Nope. I don't want a team. I'm too controlling. I would never delegate this kind of work to anybody else. I'll manage. It'll just take some time. And by doing it myself, I can ensure stable level of quality. I have had people reach out to me with like offers of helping and stuff, and that's great, but in my experience, it's not really that useful because I've done it before where I populated some respawns with some data that someone gave me, but then I keep getting asked about from people like, oh, what level was this on? How is this possible? I can't reach it. And unless it's literally from like my character in my video, something I did myself, it's very hard for me to go into it, So I'm just going to want to do everything by myself. I feel like having played the Monk and leveled it up from like 0 to 800 quite quickly, I'm a little bit more efficient at the progression these days and making a lot of guides. And yeah, I think it's going to be doable, but it will take some time, of course. I may test out other vocations on stream. Like I have my Paladin as well with like full best in slot. There's no reason why we can't play it a little bit, like on stream just to see what it's like. But when it comes to like main vocation and focusing on guides for YouTube, it will be one vocation at a time. Which will start with the sorcerer. Current druid state and the rebalance? I think it's gonna be strong. But I do think it'll get a little boring after a while. I do think druid will settle into hunting a few places where forks work well. So something like falcons, for example. I think druids will love that kind of respawn. Because you can just do fork spam. But I do think after like a couple of months of doing that, it's probably going to get a little bit boring because it's not particularly interactive. It's very easy, but I think it'll get a little bit boring. At the start, it's going to be fun because it's going to be so smooth, but over time, I'm not so sure. Tomorrow is the update, maybe? Nah. No, bro. Well, overall, I think Druid is a lot better a lot better than, you know, throughout the test server. They've definitely made him a lot better in the last set of changes. In fact, I'm somewhat excited for the Druid playthrough, whenever that may be. Whether that's their third or the fourth vocation we're gonna do, I think it's gonna be fun enough. Starting from scratch on MS will be fine. Not much is changing until like level 50 or so, 60 maybe even. So, you know, you may as well start playing on it already. But yeah, Sorcerer seems very fun. Probably the most well-rounded rebalance on the MS, I'd say. And sort of like, in a way, it's almost had like the fewest changes throughout the test server because it was just, in the first place, well designed, whereas the other vocations had like some all over the place changes, you know. Now, Sorcerer, like they changed his Death Echo a couple of times, and that was it, you know, largely. No more changes, really. When out of update, it's gonna be some maintenance stuff. I don't know. It's not gonna be the rebalance. If you must start from 0, Maxwell with a resub. Thank you very much. Are you starting from scratch? Yeah, I'll be basically starting from scratch. Yeah, I have hang on. I have a Kuznia Baby Sorcerer, level 8 Sorcerer on Kalanta. I'll probably be playing that one. To like record all the guides and all the results. But I'm not going to be streaming that one that much. Not until we hit slightly higher level. I don't think it's very fun for me to, you know, stream Targuna on an 8 MS, right? People are going to want to see some of the fun rotations and the fun new wheels and stuff. So we're going to be streaming. When we stream, we'll largely be playing this guy that you're watching right now. But for like testing, especially lower level stuff and progression, and yeah, we'll be starting from scratch. And once that lower level character reaches like level 200-300 or so, then we'll probably start streaming that one too. Because at that point, it'll get a little more fun, you know? Most people think Sorcerer is unplayable and Druid is 10x better. Stupid, dude. It's just so stupid. I don't know. I think Sorcerer is looking better than Druid. A lot more versatile, a lot more fun. Harder, yeah, it's going to be hard. It's going to have a higher skill expression, but that's I wouldn't think that's a negative. I think that's a positive, right? High skill ceiling. I guess that's only a problem if you're a noob, but still, I don't know. I think Sorcerer is looking very, very fun. Fun to watch low levels, low-ish, low levels where it's literally like level 8 and you're running around with Ixori Vis. I don't think it's that fun, you know. Once you're like level 80 and you've at least got like a semblance of a rotation and stuff, then yeah, maybe it's not too bad. But I don't think anybody wants to watch like level 30 hunting with avalanches at, you know, Corims or Upper Spike or whatever. I'm not going to be streaming shit like that. I think the Paladin is also gonna be very smooth, but I don't know. I'm not like super thrilled to be playing the Paladin. It's gonna be much smoother, especially on lower levels, much more powerful, like level 300, 400. But I don't know if the playstyle is gonna be all that great. I worry it may be a little bit like the Druid, where, you know, you're going to have 2 rotations. You're going to have either the Mass San Divine Barrage rotation or Mass San Ethereal Barrage rotation. And you're just running around with one multi-action button. Throwing your diamond arrows and like, that's it. I don't know. Maybe it's fine. The simplicity is going to be fun for some. But I think it's not going to be all that exciting after a little while. You know, kind of like the Druid. Whereas Sorcerer, I don't know. Sorcerer feels like he has like some unique characteristics and rotations and stuff, and there's going to be some fun things to do with the wheel. So yeah, I think Druid, I think Sorcerer, to me is the most fun after the rebalance. I think. Hey, Vuvu. EK or Monk and RP. You could just play everything. Play everything and see what you like. That's how I always played. I always used to switch vocations all the time. If you can afford the gear, why not? Not mages. I think I think druid will be fairly doable for like playing on a pad as well, potentially in certain spawns. If I say that ED is OP, it's not that ED is going to be OP. It's just going to be, I think it's going to be really good in a few respawns. But I don't think he's going to have that much, that many options, you know? Because he is still limited to basically his 2 elements. And if your 2 elements don't really work somewhere, then it's not going to be that fun, I think. Eight raw dragons. Yeah, dragons. I think both forks work, right? Ice and earth should both work well enough. I think. Yeah, dragons should be pretty good as well. Assuming that they don't nerf like the jumper engine, you can actually kill the mega dragons. All right, we need 76 more devotees. I think that's like 1.5 more laps. We're almost done. Then we'll go do some beginners, grind some tokens. No point using forks on dragons. I'm not so sure. In fact, I'm very skeptical that using stone showers will be better. The base damage of the forks is over twice that of the rune. So even if you hit only 7 targets, you'd have to be consistently hitting like 14 targets with the rune every time. Which I know you may think that you do, but you won't. Plus, it's a lot easier to use the spells as well. Didn't they modify the druid new spell to share cooldown like Ulus? I don't think so. They have 4-second cooldown independent of each other. I mean, if they change that, that would be really bad. I don't think so. I saw a clip of 4 Essence Bakrugor and it was just 3 druids spamming forks and the 4 echoes to nuke them. Yeah, yeah. The base damage and the spammability of the forks. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be pretty powerful if it works. But I don't think it's going to be like super fun. It seems fun now, but I think after a while it'll get a little boring. Is there Kalanta DC? Yes, there is. It's called Kalanta Community. I mean, I don't have it on hand. Maybe someone else has a link. Druid is going to dominate any solo spot with both forks well. Yeah, work well. Yeah, I can see that. I still think MS will likely do have higher ceiling though, right? The forks, how much base power do the forks have? Like 120 or so, right? You know, MS beams with like the mastery extra damage and stuff are still more powerful, you know? A well-played MS that's hitting as many targets as the druid will probably, well, should always win out as well. About very low-level gameplay, people like to watch from zero to hero adventures. It's like watching someone's story. Just look at the amount of views on such videos on YouTube. Yeah, but the thing is with that, the reason why that won't work for me is because I'm not a full-time streamer and I won't be able to stream zero to hero. So it's not like I'm going to be able to stream the whole journey. Like at best, you know, I'll stream 20% of the journey. I play a lot off stream when I have, you know, 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there. So it doesn't really work for this kind of progression content because you would be tuning in, you know, every 30 levels or something. It's not such a nice progression. 97 and 105 base power. Okay, so it's basically twice that of a rune, but like significantly less than like an energy beam or energy wave, right? So yeah, I do think MS should still win out on the damage, right? Dzień dobry, statek. Combining Augment Fork Glacier and Augment Fork Phones into a new Augment Fork spells. Yeah. Yeah, how is that related to what you were talking about earlier? That none of that indicates that they share cooldown. What they mean is that they're going to both benefit from a single augment, so you don't need to waste more points in the wheel. But none of that indicates that they're going to share a cooldown like the Ulus. They both going to get -2 seconds from that augment, so you just need to invest 50 points, and then you have 2 spells on a 4-second cooldown. No worries. Push. Yeah. Yeah. Makes me laugh when people say that. Can you still see deleted messages when you have combined chat? No, I don't think so. Let me have a look on Kick. Oh, actually, it seems like I can. So yeah, I just checked on the Kick chat specifically, and I see that message from Psihoy. It sent it to my combined chat, but it didn't show me on the combined chat that it was deleted or anything. It just sent it like a normal message, so I wouldn't have known that it was a deleted message. No, there's no AI mod on the combined chat, and like messages don't get deleted. What are the best charms for MS? Probably crit charms after rebalance. I'm gonna reset my charms on this guy after rebalance and take low blow, savage blow. Well, and we'll see how many points we have. We'll probably have like 6,500 points when rebalance hits. So we'll probably go for low blow, savage blow, zap, freeze, poison. That should be 6,200. And then maybe we'll save for overflux, 7,700. Yes, not happening in May. I mean, that's that I didn't really need any confirmation about that, to be honest. That was pretty obvious. Right, 12 more. No, I lived in England. I moved there as a child. That's where I learned English. I didn't know much English when I moved away. About as much as you can learn in like a couple of years in Polish schools. And, you know, some from Tibia. I knew words like axe, sword, club, shield, knight, sorcerer, etc., right? But, you know, I didn't really know much conversational English when I moved away. 3 more. I think we should have 3 more here, no? 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Perfect. Here we go. All right. So this one's done. We still have this one, but this one we're going to do on rapid respawn, and we'll just stick to the northern section and finish those during rapid. And you have enough mantra to full box on monk. What does that mean? What the hell does that mean? Mantra gives you flat damage reduction from elemental damage. I don't really see how that matters all that much for full boxing. It's more about the shape of the spells, which don't let monk full box that well. Rebalance tomorrow? Nah. Confirmed not. Do you feel like the game going to be way worse balanced? Ooh. We'll see is the answer. I don't know. I don't think there's oh shit, my tool jammed. And I only have 1 on this character. I'm going to have to wait a minute. I I think there's a possibility that we'll end up with some unbalanced shit that nobody's really expecting. Maybe Sorcerer will be ridiculously broken. Maybe Paladin will be broken. I don't know. I think it's possible, but there's also not necessarily anything that's obviously broken to me. So we're just gonna have to see. You still enjoy bounties? Yep, absolutely, absolutely. That's still going to be like my go-to content when just like playing without much of a goal, right? If I'm for the next quite a long bit, I'm going to be mostly focusing on making content for YouTube and retesting guides, retesting places. So bounties aren't necessarily relevant for that. So probably not going to be doing all that many bounties going forward, because we'll be doing stuff like, so for example, I'll want to record Crypt Wardens and Sphinxes, right, on the Sorcerer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing the Bestiaries there. I'll finish the Bestiaries. I'll apply the charms. We'll record a video, and then we'll move on to another spot, right? Bounties don't really come into that equation very much. Once I've finished recording everything for every vocation, then we'll be back to, you know, more regular playing, and then of course I would be doing bounties. Yes, I do find that a lot more fun. Quests like solo will be easier to complete. Yeah, I still think it's not going to be super easy. If you've got no hands, you're still not going to do it, but I do think it will be easier. Yes, I think generally the lower levels are all significantly stronger. So yeah, quests like Soul War should be doable. Slightly lower levels. I've been using Tibia Vision for like a year now, Evil Meth, and I think there's no issue with using Tibia Vision. I thought Mantra also lets you tank more creatures at once also. No. No. There's nothing about Mantra and full boxing. It just reduces the damage from elemental damage like fire and ice and stuff. I decided to quit the monk because I'm gonna be playing. I need to play other vocations. It's not that I'm quitting the monk, it's that I'm starting to play other vocations. I've been playing the monk for the past year. It's not changing enough for it to make sense for me to keep playing it. Wow, congrats, JO. I think you're approaching some wheel breakpoint, maybe. Although now it's all over the place with weekly tasks, I guess. It's kind of hard to say. Which reminds me, can I get a new wheel point? Oh, no. 300 points off. Okay, next week. All right, we need to do Rorks. No, Nevia, no. Bad, Nevia. Bad. Very bad. Already have T2 chain? All right. Well, soon you'll be saving for like some sanctuary wheel. Yeah, I'm transferring off of Nevia next Monday. I've decided, next Monday we're going to Kalanta on the Sorcerer. We're gonna wait for Monday, check our weeklies, buy the items that I need for that week, and then I'm leaving for greener pastures of Kalanta. How many charm points did you get so far? So this guy had about 4,000 charm points like a month ago. So I've got about 1,800 charm points in the past, I don't know, couple weeks, 3 weeks maybe. Are you forcing your fist hits on purpose? No. It's just kind of habit to attack. It's mostly, yeah, I'm only using it for the proficiency farming. We already got proficiency 4. I'm hoping to get like 5.5 before hitting level 600. Can you explain Serenity and depth? There's no depth to it. Serenity, the way to think about Serenity is it's a mechanic to prevent the EK and to prevent the monk from being the EK in a team hunt. That's it. They didn't want the monk to become the main tank of a party. They didn't want him to stand in the middle of the box. So they added Serenity as a mechanic to prevent the monk from being like in the middle of the box while in a party. That's it. Irrelevant for solo and irrelevant for basically regular hunting as long as you're like not staying inside the box. It's surprisingly simple. Why Kalanta? Because I already have a character there. Already got a couple houses there from my monk. Already got some gear. Plus, it's more or less the right amount of population. I feel like it's to me right now it would be between Kalanta and Bravoria. But I quite like Kalanta because yeah, I already know a few people there. I have a character there. Fiery Soul plays there, who I'm fairly friendly with, has a good guild. Plus, also, I think Bravoria is going to get merged. Whereas Kalanta, I feel like maybe it's hit their population size where it's just empty enough, but maybe just populated enough to avoid a merge. That's what I'm hoping for, anyways. Surely, yeah, surely. All right, what else now? Rotworm, Tarantula. Probably Rotworm, right? I feel like there's going to be 3 dudes hunting tarantulas on Nevia, so Rotworms in Liberty Bay probably a little easier. Only Nevia is safe. True. But still, I still would say Kalanta is safer than Bravoria. Something wrong with Nevia? Yes. Very much. Very, very much wrong. Way too busy. Dia? I don't know much about Dia. All of those GBE servers other than Nevia are more or less okay, I think. I do like Kalanta though. All right. Ooh, look. I'm getting the gems slowly. I've got 20 lesser sage gems now. And 2 greater sage gems. I have 18 buy offers for 150k. So when the rebalance actually drops, we're going to be doing a grand gem opening. We'll do 20 lesser openings, and we'll do up to 20 greater gem openings, unless we hit something really good beforehand, right? If we hit something amazing with the first greater gem, then there's not much point opening anymore. But I'll have up to 20 just in case. They didn't post any new info today. I don't know why everybody's expecting new info, but I think what you guys need to realize that you lot are all like forever online gamers. And for you, it seems like an eternity since they posted anything. But if you really think about it, they posted stuff about the Paladin on Friday. Then they went home, had Saturday off, had Sunday off, had Monday off, and now they're coming back in on to the office on Tuesday morning. It's literally been like less than 1 business day for them since they published the Paladin stuff. I don't know what else you guys expecting. There's like, it's for them from a working employee perspective. It's barely been any time since the Paladin announcement on Friday morning. So I know in Tibian perception, it's been an eternity since the last bit of news. But it hasn't. It's really not been very long since the last time they actually posted something. So I don't know why you're all expecting some stuff today. I don't think we're going to be getting anything else, really, until like the full patch notes just before the rebalance drops, probably in a week or two. No posts during the weekend. I know. What are they doing? What are they doing? Rotworms, right? I want to do rotworms. The Rasha, maybe? Maybe let's go the Rasha. I feel like Arian worms are better in Liberty Bay, but regular rotworms maybe, and maybe Enderasha. How much do you think you've spent on this game, real money wise? Well, it's hard for me to say. I'm probably not the best person to ask, Mark Brave, because for quite a long time I've been getting donations and Tibia coins, plus like some sponsorship stuff, like adverts on Tibia Pal. So I haven't spent any money on Tibia in many years because I don't need to, because I basically have more or less a limitless pool of Tibia coins to use. Plus, I'm not really exactly a big spender. I don't use praise. I use at most 1 or 2 boosts a day. So even if I was spending on the game, it probably wouldn't be all that much. And before I became a creator, whatever, then I guess I was paying for premium account for like 15 years. So maybe not even that, maybe like 10 years. So what? That's 10 euros a month, 120 euros a year times 10 years. Yeah, probably around 1,000 euros. Probably some Tibia coins over the years. I don't know. Probably under 2,000 euros total spend across, a 24-year Tibian career at this point. Afternoon, mate. Can you tell us roughly what is Tibia Vision and share your opinion on it? I get so many Tibia Vision questions. It's almost like it's some paid shills asking about Tibia Vision. I'm on to you, Benny. I'm on to you, Benny. Yes, Tibia Vision is an application that lets you mirror certain parts of your screen for easier tracking, such as amulet charges, ring charges. You can just place it somewhere next to your character instead of having it all the way to the side. I use it, happy with it, but it is a third-party tool, apparently safe, confirmed by BattleEye. But again, it's a third-party tool. I'm not affiliated with it or don't own it, so I provide no guarantees, but at least I myself feel comfortable using it without any concerns. Today they're reading forum and maybe tomorrow they'll post some more info. But in general, it was just a comment from me. I totally understand the perspective. Yeah, that's probably. But I don't know if I'm expecting anything else. I feel like they posted that stuff on Friday and it was largely well received. My expectation is that they're going to announce a date for when the rebalance is going to be, and maybe like a day before that they will post like an updated vocation rebalance patch notes type post on tibia.com, and that will be it. I'm not actually expecting a whole ton of CM posts on the test server forum anymore. I think that's probably finished. Hey, Veneto. Since energy and fire spells, even when being converted to death, will only benefit from fire and death bonuses, Soul Tainter seems inferior to Coil in every case for high levels, no? I think it was always the case anyway, no? I mean, I don't think you would ever really be using Tainter over Coil anyway, would you? But yes, that is how it's going to work. All right, I need 5 more rotworms. There is no way to grab it via OBS. Yes, I don't think there. I struggled. I tried to do it via OBS. So yes, I never managed. It's too much effort in any case. Isn't Tainted Biss for Death Stance? Maybe. But is it? Let me have a look. What does it have? I don't know. The thing is, it's only going to affect half your spells, right? Because the way the masteries work, you're only ever going to benefit like half from half the bonuses. Because even in a death rotation, you're going to go like death, energy, death, energy, death, energy. So is it going to be worth to like give up a better weapon for half the perks? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Tier list for EXP and profit per hour after rebalance. It's not something I can confidently answer until I actually try it. It could be all over the place. Where do I do ghouls? I know Forgotten Tomb is pretty good. One of the tombs is good as well. I don't actually have it on my tracker. Mount Sternum's probably good as well. I'm gonna go Forgotten Tomb. Yalahar Cemetery? 52? I think I'll have to wait for respawn. I'll go Forgotten Tomb. I think it's probably better. Oh, I still have the Igua command. Yeah, we'll probably need to tweak that. But yeah, the EXP per hour after rebalance, I really have no idea. Profit is just a function of EXP per hour as well, except the paladins who, have higher costs in supplies than a real vocation. Honestly, you're just gonna have to wait for me to actually try every vocation everywhere and then have a good list. Until I try, it's really hard to say. You're doing beginner attacks for bestiary purposes or what? I ran out of reroll tokens yesterday. So I've just decided let's just gather a few tokens. Oh god, it's freaking taken. Oh my god, I hate this server so bad, dude. Oh. 6 more days. 6 more days and I'm out. Yeah, so there's 2 death rotations that you can do. Either it's going to be what you just said, Julian Della, or you can go for a simpler one, which is going to be Death Echo, Great Fire Wave. Just those 2, right? On repeat. That one is smoother, well, easier to use, but obviously the Fire Wave is weaker. Is a lot weaker than the Energy Wave and the Energy Beam, if you can land those. So going to be down to your comfort level, I guess, and comfort preferences. The energy one will have a higher ceiling for sure. I don't know about the death beam. We're gonna have to see about the death beam. I'm gonna want to come. I don't remember the base damages comparison between Death Echo and Death Beam. I imagine the Death Echo is lower, even when you hit it with the 2 hits. But beams are a lot harder and less comfortable to use. Technically, yes, I imagine using the death beam would probably be better. Technically higher ceiling, but I'm not so sure that I'm gonna go with the death beam. I'll try it, but Death Echo is definitely a lot more comfy and easier to use. Okay, even with this guy hunting here, still a lot of ghouls. Here we go. That was quick. All right. Hunter, Pirate, Navigator, Lizard, Swordmaster. I feel like we've got a beginner reroll here, dude. I don't know, maybe we can try the Swordmaster, but... Or maybe Poacher's Cave? Let me see what's there. Tragic. Really bad. Why the sad mood? Oh, it was probably just me complaining about Nevia population. Too many people, you know? Always so busy. Which tomb is this? That was Edron Forgotten Tomb. Northeast of Edron. Very good for early levels. Are people actually changing characters because of rebalance? Of course, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Come to Antica? Nah. Nah. Give me a dead server, please. Kalante, I'm coming. I'm leveling an ED from scratch. It is level 50. Do you think that is better focus in bounty tasks or rush some levels? Rush some levels. Bounties aren't really worth until you can reliably farm master bounties. So it's like level 400 or so. They can help with a bit of bestiary progress and stuff. But overall, I don't think bounties are really that necessary, that helpful early levels. Poachers are ravaging the wildlife north of the Green Claw Swamp, but the animals seem to fight back. I think that is actually poachers and hunters, right? Poachers are ravaging the wildlife north of Green Claw Swamp. I think that actually is the hunter mini world change. Well, let's try that then. Although I'm expecting there to be quite a few people there. In future, will you do any film about rebalanced EK? Yes. We'll be doing films about everybody. And we'll be doing like an overall summary of the rebalance for each vocation as well. How many points do you gain per beginner bounty task? Not many. It's like 3, 6, 12 based on the rarity. It's not very much. You can do like 10 per hour or something, but still not that worth. Yeah, Bookworld and Warzone 4, 5, 6 are like the good milestones for master bounties. Right, here comes 5 people at Poacher's Cave. Maybe not. Do I need to apologize to Nevia? What? Wow. All right. I'm shocked. It's nice with preferred list. Yeah, you have to farm up the preferred list though. I'm not going to be doing much bounties on this character, I think. When the 6th vocation drops, I'm going to be doing bounties on the 6th vocation. I'll be going for world number 1 bounties on that 6th vocation. Won't be able to be rooked or anything, so that's actually a high score to go for. Are you going to try rush 1000 on the sorcerer? Nah. We're going to be playing a lower level sorcerer mostly. I expect that I'll get this guy to like 650 or so by the time I switch to the paladin. All right, so we've done a lap. We've done 40 hunters in a lap. Okay, let's wait for the respawn. In monk is bad. I don't think monk is bad though. It's just not changing all that much. It's not bad. What will be the 6th vocation? I'm so outdated. Can't tell you. I'm under an NDA with Tipsoft. I see more monks selling equipment on advert. Yeah, me too. That's why I'm kind of holding off with selling everything. I feel like the prices, but I think it's temporary. I think a lot of monks are selling now because it doesn't look like the monk changes are that fancy. But I think 3 months from now, it'll all go back to the same level, and that's when it's going to make more sense to sell it once people are like trying to buy back in. Oh. I like the monk changes. Yeah, the monk changes are fine. The monk changes are fine, but people forget it's a new vocation. So obviously the changes aren't going to be as significant as the other vocations. Making solo mage content will be a first, quite difficult to find. I think it's going to be more common after rebalance because solo mages are going to feel a lot nicer than they do now, both druid and sorcerer. So I think the days of limited solo mage content are probably behind us. There's definitely going to be a lot more. Asura Mirror will be more crowded with mages? I don't think so. I don't necessarily think so. It's still a little bit of an awkward layout for mages and waving, I think. Plus the ranged monster, I'm not so sure. Like, yeah, it's going to be better, but there's going to be so many spots that are going to be better for the mage that I don't think Asura Mirror is like the go-to spot. Like I tried to play a bit of Asura Mirror on the sorcerer, and it's going to be doable, but it's not going to be that comfortable. The tight corridors just aren't all that good for the mage playstyle. We'll see. Do you think the problem with limited hunting spots for mages was because of the elements? It was a bit of both, I think. It was both the elements and the layout. Asura Mirror was always more of a layout thing, I think. Right now, the guys would be like throwing avalanches from level 30 to 1000. I mean, not quite true, right? You know, there are still a few solo creators like Tibia MS or Sfar or Italian who, do a lot better than like the average person playing, So there's still more to it than just throwing runes. How important are charms at level 300? You should be focusing a little bit. It's much easier to focus as you level up slowly than have to grind it out once you realize you're short on charms. Let's go with the raid. Thank you. Let's go. Welcome everybody. Hello, yo. What makes solo mage better with reworks? Are they just making them a lot more comfortable and making the spells a lot more powerful? So it's not just going to be running around with runes. And yeah, it's just you'll see. It's going to be a lot more comfortable for the mages to play solo. I'm sure of it. It was the bad spells for unboxed creatures and aids rune damage. Yeah, mages used to get a lot stronger at like higher level when it was the charm damage that was starting to take off, rather than the rune damage. And then your runes being weak didn't matter so much because the charms were doing so much damage. All right, here we go. All right, wasn't too bad in the end, this one. Nomad and Bandit. I guess we'll go for Nomad. I don't know if this guy has the Nomad quest done. It's in Tibia Tales, right? Arito's task, maybe? Have a check. Yeah, got it done. Okay, so I have the shortcut to Nomads. All right. 1 hour maintenance tomorrow? Yes. Patch? No. There'll be no patch until June. Are we gonna have five tokens after this guy? Maybe we do actually go for some adepts. Also, I have Gloof Bandits booked in 5 minutes. So yeah, after we complete the Nomads, we're gonna do a quick roll on the adepts. See if we get something good from adepts. First June rebalance. I think it's a little early, maybe. Did they announce already the final changes? No, but I don't think there's going to be many changes. Maybe some numerical nerfs, but probably not that many changes from what they already announced. I think because they have a couple of days off, public holidays, it's likely going to be delayed. 9th of June is my guess. 8th or 9th of June, probably 9th. Oh, here's a couple nomads as well. Actually, there's quite a few right along here. I guess I could start off by killing those. Too late, yeah. I mean, I've got a week off. I was really hoping to play the rebalance this week, but wasn't meant to be. I really thought the rebalance would be live by like March or something. It took forever, dude. It took forever. Do a raffle or a bet on the guess the date? Who's going to hold all the money? You can send me the money. Wasn't that many nomads here? Ugh. What would be strongest after the rebalance? It's very hard to say, dude. It's very hard to say. I think Sorcerer may have the highest peaks, but probably the highest skill ceiling. 1 imbue for some mana. So no, I'm not worried about the one singular imbue for a little bit of mana leech. 20k per hour. It's not tomorrow. It's not going to be tomorrow. They already said it's not going to be tomorrow. They said it's not going to be May, so. I actually don't think so, Litty. So I actually don't think that has that much impact. Hello, Ranella. I think I think the fact that they have a Thursday off work next week, which likely means a lot of the employees are also taking a Friday off, so they're going to have a long weekend, probably means they don't want to release it like Tuesday next week, just in case there's issues, right? And rollbacks and whatnot. So I think they're going to play it safe and release it after the long weekend, maybe on the Tuesday. Again, maybe not on the Monday because, people would just be coming back from a long weekend. So yeah, my prediction is 9th of June, Tuesday after a long weekend in Germany. So That's what I would do if I was them. I would probably wait. Is it better to upgrade charm from 5 to 10% or get the second charm? Yeah, upgrade it to 10% first. Those 5% are not really worth all that much. Crazy how everyone got buffed and people still want more. Yeah, I know. I think it's bad perception of all the other vocations. It's all about perception. People looking at other vocations thinking they got better stuff, so they want better stuff. And round we go. Every vocation should be happy with what they got. And just don't look at the other vocations. All right, Nomad's done. So now we're going to go back to the Adept and see if we can get some of the good Adepts that we're planning to do. Let's see if we get some good Adepts. Gloof Bandits would be ideal. But there's still a few more that I want to do. Let's check. Gosler? I think I finished Goslers. Finished Goslers. Ability Reaver. I don't want to do War Golem. I don't even have those in Bestiary, so no. Okay, let's reroll. Poacher, Death Blob, Sea Serpent. Not really. X Aukar Gold. That's not too bad. I maybe will take it. 136 kills shouldn't take too long. I think it's the most common one. For 28 points, maybe it's worth it. Anyway, right now I'm actually going for Gloofs. I have the Gloof Bandit respawn in Oromund booked. So if anybody's hunting there, I'm kicking them out, by the way. Because I booked it at 10 a.m. this morning. So I'm going to be kicking out if someone's hunting out without a claim. How do you recommend charming? Well, ideally, you shouldn't be hunting much stuff after you've done the bestiary. That's like the best way. As you like complete all the respawns you're hunting at. Just make sure to finish the bestiaries before moving on, and make sure not to stay there too long once you do have the bestiary. That's the primary way to make sure you get quite a bit of charm points. And then yeah, when there's like a boosted creature or something, it's just go and do bestiary here and there. Hello, Luquinho. Just downloaded Tibia Vision. There you go, Intaria. Enjoy. Try out the 2 regions. All right. I'm coming for you, Gloofs. We need 500, which is probably like an hour. You have 10 minutes to show up in Nevia? Yeah, but even if you don't, your claim is still kind of there, right? All right, looks free. It's in the CM tracker posts. They posted it today. Again. It's the singular CM post from today. The new sharpshooter stance? Hashtag theory crafting? What is this? You're not on Twitter, bro. From what I've been hearing, I think people prefer the Divine Defiance stance. You know, Holy is a lot better. Plus you get some healing and stuff. But which is, you know, crazy considering you just get 40% distance for free in the other stance. So I'm expecting likely some numerical adjustments in those stances. It's kind of hard to say for me though which one would be strongest. I haven't like ran the numbers on the average damage gain from Sharpshooter versus average damage gain from Divine Defiance. They both seem very strong. Royal Paladin game as always. Do I think multi-action for outburst and sweeping takedown makes sense? No. I tried it before and I hated it. So no, I don't think so. I tried it, but I kept getting confused with what's going to go off. It's too hard to track mentally. And so I kept whiffing it. So no, I recommend having separate cooldowns. Extra healing and holy magic level also is also reduced by mobs like Silencer. I don't think so. I think the magic level debuff from Silencer only affects like base magic level. So plus holy magic level and plus extra healing, probably unaffected by silencers. Although the plus extra healing, it kind of depends how it's coded because it may be multiplying the final value. So if your final value is lowered by the silencer due to the lower magic level, then the extra healing may also be affected by that, right? But the extra holy magic level, I don't think is affected by the silencer. Paladins are saying that they prefer Divine Defiance to bait Tipsoft into going live with 40% Sharpshooter. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I can believe that. God damn it, Paladins. They're too crafty. Isn't it based on distance anyway? So this debuffs would affect it, not magic level debuffs. Sure. Sure. That kind of gain extra magic level as from this, yes, would be affected like that. But for example, you also had earlier, I guess they removed it now, we had like gain 5%. I don't know. You have modifiers which are like plus holy magic level, right? Either on your like Alicorn ring or whatever. I think you have a few. And I was just answering kind of that question, thinking about those. Those would not be affected by a silencer debuff, I'm pretty sure. In fact, any extra magic level is also like not affected by debuffs. It is just the base magic level. So if you have some like buffs from items and stuff, they're actually worth more when magic level gets debuffed as a percentage of your overall magic level that you're experiencing at a spawn. E-Girl song. What do I think about changes all going in the right direction? Game's evolving, dude. If you compare this game to 10 years ago or 20 years ago, it is a different game. So yeah, I expect 10 years from now, we'll also have a different game than we do now. I think that's progress, baby. I'm happy with the changes overall. Now just give me an auto loot. Give me a pet that collects all the loot so I don't need to be looting all the bodies. And yeah. I'm happy with the game. Don't need any more patches ever again. Would Sultana be better than Sanguine Coil because of the proficiency with the new death spell rotation? Someone asked exactly the same question earlier. Strange. I don't think so. Because even in a death rotation, you're only using 50% of death spells. If the way conversion worked was so that death modifiers would also affect converted spells, then I'd agree. So if your energy wave became a death wave or whatever, and benefited from death modifiers, then I'd agree that Soul Taint is going to be better. But I think it's likely not going to be quite good enough if it only affects basically half your spells. Hey, Yuki-chan. Excited about the summer update? Nope. How could I be excited about something that's I don't know anything about and is likely going to be undercooked? The attack cooldown. Oh, you mean someone that tracking like the red swords with Tibia vision? Yeah, I've been seeing people do that. I don't think it's that important for mages, but maybe pretty good for paladins, monks, and EKs. Maybe I'll try it when I play those vocations. Is sorcerer going to be my new favorite vocation? I'm not really approaching it like that. I'm not approaching it like new favorite vocation or whatever. I'm just approaching it with regards to like making new content for the guides and stuff. There probably will be a vocation that I'm enjoying the most. But will it be sorcerer? Not sure. I think maybe sorcerer, but I think I'm gonna like them all. They're all gonna be much more comfortable than in the past. And I love comfort. Need a summoner. Yes, I really hope the ideal scenario for me is that I complete all the guides on all the vocations. And then 6th vocation comes out. And I can just really immerse myself into that one. And that one is going to be my main, for years until the next rebalance. Do you agree that alternating focus is even worse than spamming one rune gameplay-wise? No, I don't think it's worse. I think it's better, but I still think it's pretty boring long-term. I'd much rather be spamming 2 alternating forks than spamming Avalanche. But it's not, it's not all that much better. No, I don't know when the update is. 20 new vocations at once. The absolute chaos. Just a white bar below the red swords? I think I'd be keeping the whole thing, the red swords as well. But yeah, I guess it doesn't matter, but the white bar is a little is a small indicator. Verd Fox with a 2-month free sub. Keep with the nice content, bro. Thanks for doing it. Thank you. Thanks very much, Verd Fox. Appreciate it. Thank you. Much love. Anniversary isn't something aside from regular updates. Yeah, the anniversary will basically be like the rebalancing. It'll be like a January patch. So I guess it's going to be earlier than rebalance by a few months. But it's going to be, I think it's supposed to be an update outside of like the regular update cycle. So we'll get summer update. Then we'll probably get a half-baked winter update. And then I guess we'll get the anniversary patch in January. Yeah, maybe they roll the winter update into the anniversary update. Not sure. Could do that. I think they're more likely going to separate the two, though. But I will probably just get a pretty small summer and winter update this year. Is my guess. Good morning, Maniac. I tried the Knight in the test server and it was great. Wondering what are your thoughts about it. It's not changing a whole lot, I would say. It's just going to be a lot more comfortable. So, yeah, I mean, that's great. I'm not sure if it's changing all that much. I'm looking forward to playing around with the new combat mastery, though, on the EK. That does sound pretty bonkers. But we'll see if it's as good as it seems, if they don't tweak the numbers a little bit more. But it's definitely going to be a tough choice between Executioner's Throw and Combat Mastery, I think. I think the best gem will be potentially the Mastery gems for those two quadrants on the EK. Because those perks are very, very nice. Probably lots of balancing updates in the next few months. Please no. Please no. You believe new XRE min will be useless? I don't think so. When you're kiting, you're going to want to be using XRE min. When you're running from spot to spot, you don't have very many monsters on you. XRE min is going to be the hardest hitting spell. You're definitely going to want to be using it. Once you're in the box, still think you probably will be using it. But we shall see. Maybe you'll give it up for the shield slam to get some damage reduction. But I don't think you'd be using XRE mass over XRE min. Do I think 30% physical resist will be noticeable? First of all, it's not 30% physical resist. And second of all, yes. The current implementation is sickeningly strong, and I don't think it's going to stay that way. Really? June 2 update? I don't know. June 2nd or 9th, I would say. I think 9th is more likely. No earlier than June 2nd, though. Maybe June 1st. I don't think they're going to be ready. I don't think they're ready with the day off they had yesterday. Best in slot items after level 200. I have soul weapons. What's next? You may want to share your... Okay. You're an EK. Spirit Fawn? I would get Spirit Fawn stuff. I mean, it's basically best in slot everywhere. Super good. So you've got soul weapon. Yeah, I would then go for Spirit Fawn stuff. Armor into helmet into ring. Then the legs and the boots. The boots are nice, but not that amazing. They're very expensive for what they provide, so boots at the end. Ice and Zap, we're going for another on the EK. Depends on your skills. Generally, the crit charms are perceived to be the best, which I think with the XORI min changes, I think crit charms even better on the EK. So honestly, if I could choose, I would go for low blow, savage blow. Of course, they're expensive, but those would be my choice. And then probably like overpower, and then maybe a couple of elementals after that. Spirit Fawn Armor is the best item in the game across all vocations. It's up there. I think Crypt Strike and Sanguine Claws on the Monk are pretty damn good as well. Sanguine Greaves on the Paladin, pretty good too. But yeah, Spirit Form armor definitely up there. Went to buy the ring first. I don't know. I was always a little bit cheap about the Spirit Fawn ring because I don't like the cost of it. So I was just using the cheap skill rings for a lot longer. I don't think like the Spirit Fawn ring is that much of a game changer. Not as much as like the armor. Will I be able to get away without an energy ring hotkey on my monk now? No, you still want it. You still definitely want it. Come on. Energy ring's still very good. Just, you know, don't use it like every box. You still want it though. Alicorn helmet, that's true. Alicorn helmet, yeah, incredible item too. True. I feel like there's a pattern though. It's like Paladin and EK items are very, very good. Mage items not so good comparatively. Got my Soul Mask for my monk. What should I get next? Ring or Soul Garb? Get the stag items, dude. The stag items over the soul items. Ring is good too, yeah. And you want your helmet. Ethereal helmet is probably the thing you want the most. Were you swapping to E-ring on monk? I was, yeah. I was doing that. Whenever I'd be like dropping low. You know, sometimes I'd do it on like Nokferatus, for example. Not for long, right? But just for like a second in case I felt like I was dropping too low. Don't want to make it like a big habit, but it is good. It's good to have it. Were you able to sell the monk? No, I haven't yet decided to list it. I think there's a few monks selling at the moment, so I'm probably going to hold off for a bit longer until the prices change a bit. I think quite a few monks are selling after the rebalance, so I'm not going to sell for that. I don't know when the rebalance is coming out, no. Sleep Shoal was so broken. Yeah, Sleep Shoal's still freaking broken to this day. Ridiculous item. Ridiculous. Can't believe it's never been nerfed. Tipsoft doesn't like nerfing items very much, unless it's monk items, apparently. Sleep Shoal's ridiculous. Freaking paladins, dude. SMH. Jungle Rod for ED. Just wait for Cobra, dude. Wait for Cobra. Cobra is so good for so long. There's no point even really getting something else and imbuing it and stuff. Wait for Cobra. Cobra is really good. There's a reason why everybody waits for it. For new best in slot stuff, I am actually expecting some amulet rework, right? Mages need new amulets. Monk needs a new amulet. Paladin would be happy with a new amulet. EK would be happy with a new amulet too, like a level 5, 600 plus amulet. Proper best in slot. 10 silver tokens per hour. Because we need more token inflation. What's my opinion about running through spawn with Plague Seal with 2-second Exura for EKs? It's fine. You just go Exura Utani Hur if you need to. You can still cancel Paralyze every second, just with a different spell. Let me just get used to it. Get Grand Sanguine Rod. Simples. Summer used to come in July. I think it's probably still going to come in July, but probably late July. Oh, I'm sorry, very tired today. I didn't sleep too well. Plus the weather's getting to me. So hot, dude. So hot. Last year update around the 20th of July. I think it may be something similar today. Something similar this year then. Teasers early-ish mid-June. Update late July. I can see that. It depends what they've been working on, to be honest. It depends how ready they are. Or how much the rebalance has consumed them. 30 degrees, yeah. Like 35 in the UK, which is crazy. All those poor Brits gonna burn, bro. They don't know about sun cream.
Yeah, babze. A ty chuju, babze. Kurwa, bober.
Oh, do you think I should wait until the final patch notes before making post rebalance videos about each vocation? I'm kind of worried I'm gonna make like a video with all the changes for each vocation, and then Tipsoft's gonna fuck me over by making like big changes that they haven't announced. I think it's unlikely, but I guess never. You never know. Is momentum super annoying for MS rebalance? Yeah, probably. I mean, momentum now on MS is probably going to be largely for UE cooldown reduction, right? I don't think it's going to be changing your rotation all that much. First weeks after rebalance will be hectic. Yep. Going to be total chaos. Nerfs every Tuesday. Great for Death Stance. Yeah, because you can just go Death Echo, Death Echo, Death Echo, Death Echo. Sure, yeah, it'll be good in Death Stance. Not very common stance, though. I suppose it'll be good for Ingor, which is a good respawn. Outside of that, I'm not sure, yeah, how common the Death Stance will be. Maybe Sphinxes on, like, mid-level if it's really good. I think there's a level range gap anywhere in spawns. Yeah, at 2k, there is only one respawn, and it's DLC. I think there needs to be more variety. Although high levels will always just hunt the one respawn that people decide is meta, you know? Budget improvement over Expo of Destruction? Naga Expo? Yeah, Naga Expo I think is better. But it doesn't really matter. You may as well save for that Soul Piercer. Isn't Soul Piercer really cheap? 28k. KK. Maybe not that cheap then. But yeah, Naga crossbow I think is pretty good. Will it not be tomorrow update? Nope. They confirmed not in May. That's not enough of a fix, Rav. That still doesn't quite fix the problem. Yes, we know that, Rav. But like that's not what people mean when they talk about multi-actions. It's hard to make use of multi-action when you want to be following a certain spell rotation, and it fucks you up with your expectation of what's coming next as well, which means you don't necessarily position the right way. When you're using the death one, yeah, like Italian said, the death one is fine. Yeah, the death one, it works in a death rotation. Doesn't work all that well in the fire or energy rotation. But fire wouldn't be okay, for example, because in fire, you actually want to be using fire, death, fire, death. Death is the better spell. So in a fire rotation, say you have a multi-action of fire, death, echo, your multi-action your momentum procs, and you're going to do back-to-back fire waves, which you don't actually want. You want to prioritize the death spell even in the fire rotation, because the fire wave's not so good, you know. And an energy also like kind of messes with the cooldowns. Is the Ethereal Cone had the best upgrade for a 400 monk? Yes, that's my go-to first upgrade on a 400 monk. So how do you fix that? I don't think it needs fixing. It just means momentum is just not that useful for a sorcerer for certain rotations. It's still fine for UE, and maybe that's enough, right? But I don't think you necessarily want to be investing into like a tier 7 helmet. Not everything needs to work perfectly for everybody. You know, for Monk, the momentum's also not that great because of the way the harmony works. You also don't really want to be changing the rotation all that much, and you don't have that much freedom in changing the rotation. And, you know, it's not like Sipsoft cares about that too much. Monks just don't really bother with momentum all that much. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's great for UE cooldown. Sure. Of course. But if you're okay with the helmet just boosting your UE, that's fine. Monk will be dead vocation? No, I don't think so. I think it's gonna provide a lot of team hunt utility. Problem is, if many players are gonna be playing it, for there actually to be a population for team hunts. Not sure. T2 is bad, T3 is amazing. Oh yes. Yes. Brings me back to the Discord discussion. Yes. Guy was convinced T3 is some major breakpoint. I think it was for the monk. Not so sure we believed him. Where to hunt for a level 60 monk? Water elementals in Port Hope. the more southern cave. Giving up multi-action? I'm not giving. The only multi-action that I'm going to tweak is for the energy rotation. Because the beam mastery has that cooldown reduction, which trips me up. So like if Beam Mastery reduces the E-Wave cooldown by 2 seconds, it messes up with my rotation and I get confused. I'm easily confused. So I'm actually I'm gonna split my my multi-action for energy rotation, where I'm gonna have one hotkey, one multi-action for energy wave, energy beam, and then I'll have a standalone death echo hotkey separately. So I'll be alternating the spells appropriately and the energy rotation. It probably lowers their possible peak experience and peak damage output significantly, but it messes me up. Maybe over time I'll be able to get used to it. But the unexpected, unverifiable, like non 100% cooldown reduction, depending on how many targets I hit with the central beam, yeah, it fucks me up. Probably just not used to it. What's my favorite level range to play? That depends on the vocation, but I largely like this sort of 0 to 400 or so when the levels keep flowing. Once it starts being like 1 hour per level or more, it gets a little boring. I'd get Poison and maybe then Divine Wrath. Poison, Divine Wrath over Power. Kefejik. Poison is a no-brainer. Skip Wound. You can get it. It's pretty cheap, I guess, and it's going to get you some minor charm points at least. I rarely find a good use case for wounds, though. I guess at Rawbritters you will. What would be the spell rotation for energy fire? I think, yeah, I don't know. I think I will include, for the fire, I think I'll go Death Echo Fire Wave, or well, the other way around, Fire Wave, Death Echo. Because I want to have that one spell which is not like directional, because it allows for much smoother kiting. So yeah, fire rotation I think is just Fire Wave, Death Echo. For energy, I think it's Energy Wave, Death Echo, Energy Beam, Death Echo. That's probably my go-to energy rotation. Yeah, sure, Hephagic. It's not that important. You've got the best ones. But yeah, I'd probably go Poison Divine and then Overpower. Yeah, so that doesn't work, Kim, and the reason that doesn't work is because you've got the random cooldown reduction on the Beam Mastery, right? So sometimes I'll do that, and I'll get a 2-second cooldown reduction from the Beam, so it skips that second Echo and goes into Energy Wave, and it fucks me up. Like technically that's higher DPS, but because it's hard. I don't know. I found it hard to play around on the test server, and I didn't like it when it skipped that second Echo and went straight into Energy Wave, because I wasn't expecting it. Because it's hard for me to always judge if I've definitely hit 2 monsters with the beam, and the way I'm sort of managing the wave and moving from pull to pull, I'm assuming that it's going to be Death Echo after the beam, and if it skips the Echo and goes into a wave, then suddenly their monsters need to be positioned in a much different way for me to effectively do the damage, right? And if I'm expecting it to be an Echo and I've got them all around me and it turns out to be a wave because I reduced the cooldown, then suddenly it sucks, you know? That's all. Are we going to get true auto loot for in the summer update? I don't think so. You'll just YOLO send it. Okay, all right. Sounds good. Is it worth to invest in Grand Sanguine Claws? Nah. Not worth it yet at this price point. A year from now, you know, if everyone gains stronger, more and more back rigor essence kills, I think it needs, you need a little bit longer before it's going to be good. Before it's going to be really worth it. If the price was like 10k TC, 15k TC, then maybe, but I don't think it's anywhere near that yet. And no, I don't think we're going to get true auto loot. I think Tipsoft, I don't know, right? We might. I would like it. I mean, I love playing OTs with the auto loot system, but I feel like Tipsoft's not going to be too keen on it. Will Monk be stronger than another vocation? Oh, I don't know about another vocation, but I do think Monk will be stronger, of course. He's gained some nice changes to Sanctuary, Flurry of Flows. The +1 chain jump, very nice. Will he be stronger than other vocations, though? It's remains to be seen. It's definitely going to be much nicer in team hunts with the buffs he's going to give everybody. Does Soul Crusher have that big of a difference compared to Resizer? I don't think so. It is better, but it's not like the first must-have upgrade, you know? No, Monk will never have access to fire and ice weapons. Yuck. The whole vocation is balanced around that not being the case. How much damage between Grand and Base Sanguine? I don't think it's a ton. I don't know. Does anybody never say never? I can say never about that. The Monk will never have fire or ice weapons. Unless Tibia goes full OT in like 20 years before shutting down or something. When will the rebalance come? Don't know. Not announced. My guess is 9th of June. Yeah, does anybody know how much Grand Sanguine actually gives you in power? I'd imagine it's like 2-3% or something, but yeah, I don't even know if it's even that much. So yeah, I don't think it's that worth. I think it's more likely that other classes will get Holy Element than it is that Monk will get Fire or Ice. Their whole class identity is around its elements. It's just like I don't think Sorcerer is ever going to get Ice or Earth, or Druid is never going to get fire or energy spells. Like it's the whole class identity. It's not. It just doesn't make sense. It's never going to happen. Summer update delayed. I don't think officially delayed. It may be a little later than usual, but probably not by much more than like a week or two. With charms for MS, after rebalance, go for crit charms for sure. And then just standard elementals and overflux. But crit charms, definitely stonkers. Same for Druid, by the way, with the forks. Honestly, just crit charms for everybody. And after everybody resets the charms, goes for crit charms, then there's going to be a crit charm nerf. You've heard it here first. Why now? Because the crit charms benefit hard-hitting spells with smaller area of effect. More so than weak-hitting stuff with high area of effect. Those benefit elemental charms. So as we're likely moving from like rune-type attacks towards fewer target hitting spells but more damage, then crit charms scale that much harder with the percentage increases. PoE 2 this week? Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be playing it though. I've not been feeling PoE for a while. I can't commit myself enough to it. Like for PoE, I need to like dedicate like a 2-week window where I just play PoE for 2 weeks straight. I'm not up to it at the moment. I'm running out of cap. I have 54 glue bags. Did I open them now? Do glue bags on average free up some capacity? I think they probably do, right? I need to... maybe I can just do a quick refill. Drop some stuff off. I only need 150 more. Still only need like 20 more minutes. You think EK's one-handers will go vamp crit now? Yep. Definitely. You're definitely not going to need a double void. No stamina in PoE 2. Yeah, there's no real with infinite progress, you kind of need to have a stamina like system, otherwise it just encourages like account sharing, you know? There's not that much to be gained by account sharing in PoE. With infinite progress like Tibia, then there is too much incentive. Yeah, by ton, open them. Let me go do a quick refill anyways. It's only like 1 minute away. Plus I need a coffee. Is there much point in even charging the Arcanomancer Sigil? What does it give you? It gives you +2 magic level and 1% mana leech. Think maybe not worth it. I'm gonna open them now anyways. Is control unit worth anything? 864 gold. Nope. All right, get rid of all the trash. Here's backpacks. All right, let me just make a quick coffee and we're going back. Dipsoft changed the XP to party 5x on the test server. No, they just buffed trios and duos. They're not going to touch the shared experience for more than 4 people because they're preparing multiple vocations. And, you know, once we have 8 or 10 vocations, what's the point? What's the point? Well, are we going to have an 8x party bonus? No. They limit it out at 4, and you're just going to have to tweak your parties. infinite tier list content. Yeah, my Tibia guys will never end. And then it's going to be Persist Online when it finally launches. Cannot wait. I'm going to create a guild on Persist Online for sure. And we're going to dominate. I'm gonna start the first Dominando on Persist Online, dude. Who's with me? All right. 180 bandits left. So I need about 20 minutes. Then maybe we'll do some bounties. Maybe we'll find some other bestiary target. Almost 6k charm points now. I still have a lot of bestiaries to do. I'm gonna grind hard on rapid respawn. There's still so many like easy ones that this character's missing. Once I have like the 7.7 thousand that I wanted, though, I'm not going to be doing anymore. Then we're just going to be EXPing and testing all the new spots after rebalance. What do you mean we're going to have 8 vocations? Well, the way Tipsoft has been acting about the monk, I'm sure they like the income, so I'm sure they're already working on more vocations as we speak. I predict that we'll be getting a new vocation like every 2 to 3 years from now on. So, you know, 10 years from now, we'll probably have like 8 to 10 vocations. Yeah, we spent 1 year balancing it. Yeah, but look how much better they're getting at it, you know? They spent 1 year balancing the monk, but they only needed 6 test server days to balance the other 4 vocations. So they gain much better at it. You know, with experience, they're going to be able to manage 10 vocations. It's all good. $20 more weapons every update. Yeah, and they're going to have to fill up all those, you know, filler items and Cobra and Falcons and Lion and Jungle and whatever the hell. We need a million items for every vocation. Get to work, Tipsoft art team. That's why they're asking about using AI, because they know they cannot make enough art for all the weapons and items they're going to need for all the new vocations. Now it all makes sense. And all the proficiencies. Oh, good wave. Good wave that was. What would be the best mob for Fatal Hold on Deeper Benuta? I think it depends on the level. If you're on -8, if you're on -8, then yes, Medusa. I think on -6, I would go for Hydra. There's lots of stuff they could add to the game. That would be pretty simple. New vocations. I think they will. I would be shocked if Monk is like the last new vocation. Really. I really think there will be more. It may take them longer than I expect, right? Maybe it's not going to be every 2 or 3 years. Maybe it'll be another 4 or 5 years. Maybe. But I do think, you know, their pace of development is a little questionable. So maybe it will take a little longer. But I do truly believe that we will be getting more vocations. Yeah, I've stopped playing the monk because I'm gonna be retrying everything after the rebalance. So I'm just grinding up my post rebalance characters a little bit. They need to push those vocations before we die. True, true. I want to play that Necro before I die, Tipsoft. Please, please let me play a Necromancer or a Summoner before dying. Please. Then I can die happy, dude. Unless it's shit, which it probably would be. No, there has not been summer update yet. A lot of hot takes. So going further, what will these vocations be like? Yeah, I mean, oh god, that it's a pretty common recurring topic. You can definitely have some sort of summoner with temporary minions. You could have a rogue, for example, yeah, with like daggers and maybe some damage over time, right? Poison, bleed, this type of stuff. You could have like an auto attack focused vocation. I don't know. I don't remember even now. There's definitely more you could have though. There's tons of archetypes they could easily make like 8 vocations or so. Maybe then they start running out of ideas. Hand of the Inquisition for a monk. Nah, the martial artist, the store outfit is the best for the monk. Sad but true. He'll resurrect me. Thank you, Antaria. Yes, thank you. Thank you. You can resurrect me as your dirty minion. Gunslinger? Yeah, I don't know about Gunslinger. I'm not sure that they really want to start changing their theme of the game, right? Adding like guns seems a little out of place, in this type of medieval type game. Yeah, exactly. Like the engagement and the excitement in the community and the interest around the monk release, great. And also, now that they've made it so you can't rook your character, whoever wants to start a new vocation is going to have to start a new character, get a gold pouch, get a hunting task slot, get a prey slot, get a charm extension. Yeah, right. And spend fuckload on, exercise weapons and stuff to skill up the brand new vocation. It's fucking money maker, dude. Easy money. So get ready for the vocation slop. What happened with the vocation with the monk outfit add-ons? Well, that's what they're holding out for the 30th anniversary. That's going to be the big 30th anniversary update. They'll finally release the third add-on plus the monk add-ons. There you go. Old and used backpack. Congrats. I actually bought a dwarven armor on Kalanta just the other day. Where do you live in Poland? I live in Wrocław. They already have cannons. Of course, they can add guns. They do, but it usually like just part of the scenery and stuff, right? It's not like the weapons that anybody uses are like cannons and stuff. I don't know. I would feel a little weird about like a gunslinger. I'm not so sure. It doesn't quite fit the theme for me, Pirates have guns. Still. I still think it'd be strange. You think first teaser tomorrow? No, I don't think so. I expect them to release the rebalance and then do the teasers. Best restaurant in Wrocław? Ooh. That's an interesting question. So it's going to be influenced by the food I like, naturally. And I really like East Asian food. So it's specifically Thai food from Thailand. And the best Thai food I've had in Wrocław is probably the favorite food I like to order and go out to eat at. It's probably not like the highest quality food in Wrocław, but probably my favorite restaurant is Wu Thai. They have a few places. They have one near the Grunwaldzki place, whatever. They have one near Platiana Pavua. I think they have one more somewhere too. So I quite like Wutai in Wrocław, but only like dine in. Quite expensive these days, but very, very good. Pasta ragu is very good in the center. Yeah, there's a few good sushi places too. For Indian, I like Thali, Thali. That's my go-to Indian place. Also very nice. I think tomorrow will be rebalanced. No, they already confirmed it's not going to be in May. Yes, Andre, I know. If you look at the pinned comment, you'll realize that yes, I am aware. When I read it, I read it wrong. But yeah, already someone clarified it's in the pinned comment on the video. How's my game going? Well, it's not going because I've been playing the monk for the past year. And the wording is inaccurate. The wording Kraxon is very, very inaccurate. I didn't lose the fan site status. I left the fan site program. It's quite a big distinction. And anyways, even if it wasn't for the game, I would have quit the fan site program a long time ago. Because it's too restricting for the size of the website that I have. It's much more worthwhile for me not to be a fan site and be able to advertise whatever I like. Unfortunately, the fan site program restricts heavily what you can advertise, which doesn't matter if you're a tiny fan site because you don't get much adverts and stuff anyways. But at the size of my website, you know, I can actually make some pretty good money through advertising OTs or other games or other Tibia websites that otherwise Tipsoft may not be a fan of. So me developing a game myself was a catalyst for me leaving the fan site program, but I wouldn't be in the fan site program by now, regardless. It's just doesn't have enough of a benefit, unfortunately. It's nice to get the item, by all means. You know, this is like the game I've played the most in my whole life, so having an item dedicated to a website I made is lovely. I love having a beaver. But once it's there in the game, not really much more point in staying as the fan site, I'd say. Yes, they said it's not going to be May, yeah. Did you ever go? Have you ever been in the UK? I lived in the UK for 13 years. Yeah, I lived in Stoke, Birmingham, and London. And I've been pretty much all over the UK. I mean, all my friends are from there, lived there, been to most major cities in the UK. I haven't been to Scotland, actually, but yeah. Which duo should be better after rebalance? I think most duos will work pretty well. Which I think is kind of a bit of the point as well. I don't know what's going to be the best duo. I'm sorry. That is like way too hard to predict. I think Monk is going to work with everybody. I'm not sure if a mage thingy will work very well. I'm not sure if I would want to do like druid sorcerer duo. Probably not. I guess it could work. I mean, the druid could be like a tank. The druid could be standing in the middle, hitting the forks, and the sorcerer hitting the waves. Probably not very many places they could do that, though. What made me want to live in the three worst places in the UK? I think it's not quite top three. So Stoke, I had no say. My mother moved there, and the reason my mother moved to Stoke is because she knew somebody in Stoke, so she had like a job ready for when she moved to the UK with me. For Birmingham, I went to University of Birmingham, so studies. Good university, a very nice area around the campus. So I didn't really experience much of the negatives that people think of when they think of Birmingham. the university was very, very nice. And London is just work, right? I mean, not much else. Not much else to it. What do you think about Saltander with Death Stance now? Okay, so I don't think Saltander is good enough for to be replacing Sanguine Coil. Because it's only going to work on half your spells, okay? So I think you're still going to stick to Sanguine Coil. And the rotation is probably just going to be Death Echo, Energy Wave, Death Echo, Energy Beam, repeat. Maybe you fit in the Death Beam somehow, but I'm not so sure. Because you can't exactly fit in both Death Beam and Energy Beam. So you probably rather fit in the converted Energy Beam. And just use the Death Echoes, which are very good. I have no idea, Sergdo, what you're talking about. That is not something I can consider on stream. You can, if for something like that, you can just send me a message on Discord and explain what you're talking about. What made you move back to Poland? Quality of life. I lived in London, so the quality of life wasn't so good. I know it was around like Brexit time and stuff, so I was a little disappointed with the UK, and I could see it going downhill over the years. Which, you know, in all things considered, I don't think I was too wrong about that. I think I moved away at a pretty good time. It's not really been an uphill trajectory. It's not really been an upwards trajectory for the UK since then. So don't regret it too much. And Poland is, yeah, pretty great. If you've got a good job in Poland, yeah, it's pretty good country to live in for sure. Death Echo, Energy Wave, Death Echo, Energy Beam. You have dual citizenship? Yep. It's always funny when we get passports out, because both my kids have dual citizenship as well. So, you know, it seems like it's some sort of drug dealer or international spy or something when you open up the cupboard and like 8 passports fall out. Yeah. Yes, we all have dual citizenship. How many weekly nerfs after the update? I hope not many. And I hope the vocation I play first is not going to be affected. I don't care too much if like a vocation I'm not playing is affected, because then by the time I play it, hopefully it's going to be balanced. I just hope there's not going to be many sorcerer nerfs in the first few months. Every single stream people is asking about it. Yeah, and you know what? If I made a background video about it, people would still ask, so not everybody's going to watch every single video. I guess at that point I could link the video, but it's kind of rude, you know. If someone comes in and asks a question, I'm like, here's a link, watch it, you know. I'm not sure that really solves much of that. They don't goofed with the Brexit. Yeah. I don't pretend to be some, you know, economics genius, but yes, I didn't think it was a particularly good idea. You actually have to show both passports at the airport? No, you don't. It's just kind of easier. Like, so I usually take both when traveling to the UK, and then, you know, on the Polish border I can show like the Polish passport. On the UK border I show the UK passport, so they don't ask any questions, you know. Like, if I wanted to travel on like the Polish passport, I'd need like a visa or something to the UK, but obviously if I have a British passport, I can just go through, you know. So it's just a little easier. The problem is they will nerf suck because of me. So there's no winning for me then. No matter what I play, I'll end up being nerfed, and then I'll have to remake everything. Damn it! I don't think so. I don't think so. If it's nerfed, then it's nerfed because it's too strong. I'll be handicapping myself. I'll be pretending that it's bad to prevent any nerfs. How does Savage Blow work? It procs only on a selected creature, or like Low Blow when it procs on all creatures? It hits. It always works when you crit. It doesn't on that selected creature. So if you crit with your rune and it hits the creature you have Low Blow on, so a Savage Blow on, then it works on whenever a crit procs. Right? It's kind of independent from the crit chance. It just, whenever a crit on that creature happens, you just get more damage. It's not the same situation as with Low Blow. Hey, Sustain. Hello. They're not nerfing Sorcerer at the beginning. Don't worry. They wait until I'm done with the videos to hit it. Well, then I guess my Sorcerer videos will be outdated. It's too bad. Too bad. As long as they don't, nerf the functionality, then I guess the numbers can just be adjusted while the videos will still be useful. We're almost done. 22 more bandits. Oof. Chema Diego. I think they will probably tweak some of the MS damage numbers, but they'll probably do that before the live servers, before the patch. I'm expecting some numerical nerfs to Sorcerer and probably the Paladin before everything hits live. The EK seems okay. Monk seems... Well, I'm also expecting nerfs to the Monk auto-attack reduction. That's also too strong. Those are the three things I expect nerfs to. The Monk auto-attack stuff reduction, Sorcerer-based damages on some spells, and Paladin nerfs, maybe to the stances a little bit. MS Beam's gonna get nuked? Yeah, that's what I would assume too. I'd assume base damage nerfs to the great beams, indeed. Or maybe the beam mastery. We'll see. Mass Spirit Men give us a self-heal. I'd like to see that. I don't know if that's gonna happen. It's not gonna be that relevant either way. It's gonna be nice for Team Hunt, but I'm not sure if that is gonna happen. My speed set has more armor than regular equipment. Yeah, but it has no mantra though, does it? It's all about the mantra. Why do you think Tipsoft nerfs Monk's auto attacks? No. I mean they've added a mechanic where the Monk takes less damage from monster auto attacks. 33% less, and I think they're gonna nerf that. I don't think they're gonna nerf Monk's damage from auto attacks. No. Of course not. A different thing. Hello, Carol. Yes, but after rebalance. I don't know if you're familiar with the current rebalance work. In about 2 weeks, I would say yes, the MS is going to be very, very nice, even on low level for beginners, but not right now, not yet. Is it worth for 100 mage to buy Dwarven legs? Yeah, I think between Dwarven legs and Zaun legs, it doesn't make much difference. It's like one armor for one physical, right? Dwarven legs are better, but if you can't afford them, then you can't afford them. If you have them on you, then I would get Dwarven legs, yeah. Yeah, so Carol, I think you should probably wait until the rebalance. Maybe just create yourself a sorcerer, scale him offline or something. But yeah, I think it's going to be very good after the rebalance. Okay, we finished the Gloof Bandits. That's extra 50 points. I'm going to figure out what we do next. They should add dodge to monks instead of damage reduction. I think that would fit better, yes. More thematic, right? Even if it's in practice the same. Hello. Made 1kk run, 150k profit per hour. What is it at Gloofs? Gloof Bandits? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm way over leveled, right? Wouldn't really look at my results. Just doing some bestiary. May I ask, do I need to be alpha gamer to manage movement, healing, runes, and waves as MS, or it's kind of easy? MS is the hardest vocation. I think if you want to play it a little bit more relaxed and casually, I would consider the Druid. The Druid changes after the rebalance are going to be even smoother and easier to play. Probably not quite as strong as the MS, but very, very smooth. So maybe if you don't want to stress too much, maybe you want to consider the Druid after rebalance. Also tried Quara's LB today, also 1kk. That's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. Assuming you're talking about Raw. That's where that respawn caps out. Ooh, another greater sage gem. Got 3 now. Let me see if how many I've got on my monk on Kalanta, because he's been doing a lot of fiend hunting. Maybe he's got some sage gems waiting for after the when I transfer him over. Yeah, I have 2 greater sage gems, okay, and 1 lesser. What about on the market? There's not that many. Ooh, the lesser ones are much cheaper here though. I bought mine for 250k on Nevia. Here they're like 166. Interesting. What's your list of comfy to hard vocations? EK and Paladin are the comfiest. Then probably Druid. Then Monk. Then Sorcerer. You don't have to play Druid in a team, right? You can just play solo, and then you don't need to worry about being a healer. I don't like healing either. If I'm going to play the Druid, I'm going to play it solo. It's too much stress. Too stressful to be healing. Did you have time to use the new Monk powers and fist skills on a rotation or plan to release anything related? I'll probably release something about it. Probably not going to test it all that much by myself, though. I'm going to have to like talk to my friends who going to be playing a lot more after rebalance. I expect it to be largely a team hunting spell, though. I'm not sure how useful it is going to be. How useful it's going to be in solo situations. Monk is really comfy. Yeah, it is. It is Katsuro. I think all vocations are pretty comfy. I think now EK, every vocation is comfy, in my opinion. Like, if you compare vocations now to like a few years ago, every vocation is very comfy, even Sorcerer. But if I have to rank them, I would still now rank probably still would rank EK and Paladin above the Monk, right? Even if Monk is comfy. Gems, maybe you can help me out. What do you think I should do with 991 points? What you might want to, guys, I'm gonna show you a tool I'm working on. It's not fully finished yet, so it's not officially hang on. It's not officially published. I'll publish it properly after the rebalance. Wait, I'm working on a wheels type tool on Tibia Pal, which is going to have all the, like, up to 1,000 points is going to have like base wheels that I recommend for various rotations and stuff, as you can see here. For like, this is the sorcerer one. So if you have a 991 points, I guess you could pick from those two almost. For like an energy rotation with E-Wave, Greater Gem, or you could go for a Death Echo and Beam Mastery one. Like, for example, this one. You can click and it'll show you what you can do. I haven't yet published this because I'm still using the test.tibia.com links, which means they're not going to work when the test server website goes down. And they're also not fully updated with all the new perks and changes to the wheel. So I'm going to keep this, keep updating this. And once all the changes are live on Real Tibia, I'll update this tool and then I'll publish it for everybody to see. And if anybody's going to be having any suggestions or if there's some improvements, then yeah, I'll be open to adding more wheels in here. Kind of like primarily filled by me, but with some crowdsourced wheels as well. If people have some extra ideas, by all means, do share. Yeah, that's going to be the plan. So this is tibiapal.com/wheels. So you can check it out already. It is accessible. It's just not like in the drop down because it's not like finalized yet. Let me get Mind Flayer up in here. The Mind Flayer lore in the Discord. Anyways, so that's something I'm working on. Got some other ideas for some other tools as well that I want to add. But yeah, more on that another time. All right, where are we? So what do I have in my bestiary tracker? Frostflower Asuras. Those are going to wait for rebalance, energy rotation. Drakens are going to wait for the rebalance, energy rotation 2. Then we've got Barkless Fanatics. Those are going to wait for rapid. Then we've got Pirate Mates, Pirates. Do I want to do a bit of Pirate progress? Let's see if it's taken. It's taken until 3 a.m. It's taken for the next 13 hours. What the fuck? I guess we'll do this. I guess we'll do this when I transfer to Kalanta. I guess this is gonna wait until we go to Kalanta. SOB base to be a good greater gem, not just ST base. Maybe. Yeah, it's a fine gem. True, SOB base is still fine. It is more situational, right? Still not quite as good. I'll think about it. Can you check Nokratu Bloodhide armor for MS? So what's this? Level 270 sorcerers, 1 imbue slot. 1 imbue slot. 8% earth. 6 energy magic level? What the fuck? 6 energy magic level? Okay. Ultimate energy strike. Crit chance and crit damage. The weird ass item, dude. And 6 energy magic level seems pretty good for an energy-based rotation after rebalance. But would I ever really wear this over a soul mantle? I don't think so. I mean, it's interesting. It's actually kind of an interesting item, but 5% crit chance, 14% crit damage for ultimate energy strike. That's kind of garbage though, right? Because that spell has like a crazy cooldown, though. Ultimate energy strike has a 30-second cooldown, so you get a bit of crit chance and crit damage on a 30-second cooldown spell. That's single target, so that's irrelevant. You've got 8% earth protection with a single imbue slot, so you can't have another protection imbue in there. I don't think so. Will energy magic level work on converted element? No, just the actual energy spells. So only on half your rotation anyway. Do monks have any armor better than Nagatanko, not counting the soul? Stoic X-Robe. Level 250 is considered better. Stoic X-Robe. This one. This is better than Nagatanko generally. And also Stag Robe. This is also better than Nagatanko. Both around 80kk. Do we know if specific ML is applied to converted spells? Yes, we know, and it's not. It only applies to the base element of the spell. Death Claw is going to be new boss weapon after rebalance. $25 crit damage for Mystic Repulse and 14% base damage for Mystic Repulse. 3% damage against bosses. I mean, it's interesting, but no, I don't think so. It's not good enough. That's kind of interesting, but no, I don't think so. I'd still much rather use like a Crypt Strike. It's a PvP item. What, the Bone Hood? For the ultimate strike? Yeah, okay, maybe. What mana potion would be best to use on 700 RP? Probably the superior mana potion, the new level 100 mana potion. Depth Claw super expensive. I don't think they're super expensive. They're just rare, but like they don't have all that many uses, right? Let's have a look how much they are here. Well, kind of expensive. 11kk, about 20kk for a level 135 weapon. I mean, that is a lot. That is a lot. I'm not sure if it's quite that worth it. I'd much rather just use the Drachiku. Stone Showers and Avalanche. Yep. I think there maybe will be a couple of respawns where you may consider using runes if the layout is really bad. Like, I'm not sure what will, for example, be my rotation. I'm going to check both, but like on Sphinxes and Crypt Wardens. Obviously, Death Echo will be like the base of the hunt here. But I wonder if I'm going to fill that out with an energy rotation converted to Death, or if I'm just going to fill it out with like an Avalanche rune, because it's not a very nice respawn for waving, you know? Solo. I wonder if this may not be like a Death Echo plus Avalanche type respawn. Maybe. Yeah, I think you will use runes in a few respawns, but probably not too often. All right, well, we never decide what we're doing next. So Pirates, not possible on Nevia, apparently. Omnivorous, I'm saving for Rapid as well. That leaves me with Putrid Mummies and Minotaur Invaders. Okay, we can go and kill a few Minotaur Invaders. We're actually in Oromon, so that's kind of perfect. And then Putrid Mummies. Okay. Those are doable, right? Outside of Rapid. Maybe we'll go there for a bit. Death Echo plus Death Beam. Yeah. Won't quite be enough. you'll have to use rune every 8 seconds. But yeah, true. That's true. We could just be using the death beam as well, of course. Yeah. Free SQM width should actually kind of work nicely in those corridors. Yeah, you're probably right. Every free spells that you'll need to use one rune still. Or maybe, yeah, maybe. We'll see. How many charm points? I almost have 6,000. I've done almost 2,000 on this character in the past few weeks. Is that wheel something that you suggest currently, or when the new update happens? All the wheels are for after the update. I wouldn't have been wasting time building wheels for before rebalance at the moment. No, it's all for after the update. This is also why it's not published yet. Lowest spike bestiary? Yeah, I can check. I can check if I don't have it done. Yeah, that would be a good one. I mean, it still sounds like we may have 2 weeks or so before the rebalance. So still got plenty of time to get some more bestiaries, right? Hey, Hogux. Giving up the monk? Well, we're just going to play something else. Not exactly giving up the monk, but changing priorities because of the rebalance. Yes, with the spell-based hunting, yes, certain respawns will not be all that good if with diagonals and stuff. Indeed, you're right, Raphael. Indeed, may just not be that huntable. It's only the case for the MS though. Really, everybody else still fine. Hello, lovers. Your amulet has gone dry. Yeah, I don't really need it though. I don't really need it. Ring is dry as well, but again, don't really need it, so I'll just use the free version. It's about 50 Minotaur invaders per raid. I think it may have been a raid actually. I just missed by 20 minutes. Shame. May have killed like 300 of them. All right, so putrid mummies. You think it's gonna? You hope it's next week? Yeah, me too. I hope it's next week, but I'm not convinced. Hey, the raid respawn me too. The mechanics of it is just so garbage. It lasts for only a little bit and randomly. I hate it. I just hate Oromond in general. I don't like Oromond as a city. Plus the fucking quest, dude. There's two good respawns on Oromond, right? There's Oromond Catacombs and Fury Dungeon. I like those respawns. They're good. Everything else I kind of hate. I even hate Oromond West because of the random Quora raid. You think MS will be better than Monk? Don't know. I'm not changing vocations because I think one or the other will be better. I'm changing for content, dude. So check Putrid Mummies. Let's see if it's taken. No. And Putrid Mummies are GFBs, right? It's fire, I think. I really want to open some greater gems. My God. The temptation is real. I keep seeing that greater sage gem, and I'm just thinking, oh, maybe I just open one, dude. Just one. Just one, bro. I promise. What's the general sentiment in MS and ED camps? I think they both. I think everybody's pretty happy. I think the only vocation that's kind of not happy at the moment is Monk because they feel like they haven't gotten enough, and they're not really changing all that much. But I think Monk's had good changes too. I think everybody's largely pretty happy. Crypt Bile. I don't have any thoughts on Crypt Bile. I don't know how good it is. I think it's probably not that usable. Is that that's the Druid one? Sorcerer one. It's a bit of a meme. If they added more physical spells, then maybe. But as it is, it's not good. You can use it with explosion runes on self. Now that explosion runes are bigger, but still not good. They're closing the forums today. Is that what they said? Did they say they're going to close the forums today? I missed that. Monk's still going to suck at bosses? Yeah, especially the, Rotten Blood and up. All right, let's see if we overkill this level or if we need to go higher too. I have Inflame, Zap, Freeze, and Poison. Is Holy Damage or Wound better next? Holy Damage, I think. Yeah, I'd probably go for Divine Wrath next. Although Low Blow, Savage Blow are going to be real good after the update. Yeah, gems are very addictive, right? Everybody likes a Gamba mechanic. The only reason I'm not opening any now is because I want to do a grand opening when the rebalance drops. So when the rebalance drops, we'll try to do a stream that day, and at the end of the stream, we're going to do a gem opening. So whenever rebalance drops, yeah, we'll be doing the gem opening on the MS then. Any guide on how to properly start on new servers? I do not, because I don't play on new servers. Not something I'm really into. I think eventually that's probably the content I will end up doing after I've re-recorded all the guides for every vocation. Then maybe I'll try some new server content, but that's not going to be for a while. So no, I'm afraid I don't have anything for you. Gem prices have been going up. Yeah, I've noticed that too. I'm trying to buy some more. But ultimately the cost of the gems is like, doesn't matter if you pay 50k or 100k or 200k per gem. Like that is like a tiny fraction of the overall cost ultimately. So who cares, right? What about PvP content? Also, no. I am an optional kind of guy. Usually solo PvE type content. Maximizing that. Whereas I think I will probably do new server content at some point. I don't think I will ever do PvP content. The only circumstance in which I would consider doing PvP content is if there's going to be either a retro server like 7.1, 7.2 or something created by Tipsoft official that I would kind of have to check out. Then maybe, of course, we do some PvP there. Or if there was some like brand new server type with some new PvP, some new interesting mechanics, maybe. But as the PvP is right now, I am not interested in any way. Okay, it looks like we're not getting full respawn. I think we will probably need to do a quick lap upstairs. We're almost getting full respawn, but not quite. Maybe we'll need to go up and kill like a couple boxes. What is coming earlier, PvP or team hunting? Most likely team hunting. Regular gems? I don't think so. I think the power is mostly behind the greater perks. I don't think the elemental resistance by itself is good enough. Battleground arena style, yes, I would like that a lot more. I would like sort of World of Warcraft PvP arena. If there was something like that in Tibia, with like that, then I would be interested. Then I would be actually interested with like rewards and special equipment that you can get for it that would actually help in PvE. Then yeah, by all means. Although it wouldn't really work all that well in Tibia. They would have to provide you like some pre-made characters for PvP arena, I think, for it to make any sense. I don't want Bone Beast. Where's the mummies on this level? This floor's not that good, it looks like. But we slightly run out of respawn here. Kind of awkward. PvP matchmaking, yeah. I'm actually kind of more optimistic that they'll do something like this in Persist Online. Persist Online is much more geared or suitable for this kind of PvP arena stuff. So I think in Persist Online we'll likely have some sort of PvP arena. But of course, yeah, if it ever releases, I don't know. I don't know how they would do it in Tibia. But if there was something like that, I'd be way more interested than current PvP. Not for me. Between Harmony and Justice is the same as it is now. I.e., it depends. Don't ask me what's better, please. Have you heard about the Brazilian guild union to take out the top one? I saw him get killed on the Russia. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. I saw that. Kind of cool. Imagine Tibia mode, which is like League of Legends ranked 1v1. The higher rank you get, the nicer the reward is. Cosmetic-like items. Yep, although Tipsoft is seemingly kind of... They don't like to give rewards for free, seemingly, right? They don't... I don't know. They want you to pay for it. I feel like there should be some more ways to gain like non-transferable Tibia coins in Tibia as a reward for some things. They have this whole non-transferable system, but they don't really use it very much. I think it has more potential. Replace a soul gob with a stag robe. Sure. Yeah. For Warzone 3 though, you do like that soul gob for Warzone 9. That's sweet ice protection. Don't fire pantaloons bigger prio than soul shanks. Yes, I would say so. I don't even own soul shanks, and I'm not sure that after rebalance I will bother. The good thing about rebalance for me as a sorcerer, as a lifetime sorcerer player, uh, I'm very glad that after the rebalance, I feel like we're a lot safer with the buffer. So there's a little less pressure on having all of the items under the sun with all the elemental protections. So, you know, right now, Soul Shanks, like you would want for like death-based respawns, like say Nokferatus. But I feel like you can probably get away without having them now, right? You know, you're going to give up a little bit of protection, but you're probably going to be fine with the buffer. It shouldn't really make that much of a difference, you know? But maybe it's okay not to get all of the items anymore. How long is the access for exotic caves? It's not very long in duration, but it's just a pain in the ass for catching the raids properly. The duration is not too bad, but it will take multiple hours in real time to do all the raids. Top 1 level got kicked from the Alliance and now he will be targeted? Dijer? Really? Has he been, is there some big drama with Dijer? Interesting. I thought he was like funding all the wars and stuff. I assumed he was some like rich, influential player. No? As he crossed the Romanian members of the guild? Interesting. Money dried up. Ah, okay. Interesting. Brazil people go crazy, bro. Brazilians go crazy when it comes to Tibia. They caught him stealing. Oh my god, okay. Okay. Do not number 1 anymore. Wow, big drama then. No, I have not heard about this. Interesting. The Jaia. The Jaia? I'll just go with Dijer. I'll just go with my European pronunciation. I'm sorry. Bobek and Goronson have a chance to catch up. Yeah, they've still been going, right? Like I wondered if when they lost top one, if they wouldn't like slow down. But I guess they were just waiting, you know? They were waiting for a drama like this. Totally solo, EK or RP, 400 to 700. Both are going to be great after rebalance. Paladin maybe a little better, but you're going to be happy with whatever. You don't like the crypt vial for MS? Not particularly. I'm not planning to get it. It was good on the test server for a meme build when I was using explosions on self, but not really sure it's that good. Notice that you haven't worn Hunting Talisman before, but I can see you fix your mistakes. I can go back. Okay, all right, Vilto. All right. The explosion build just meme or what? Yeah, it's meme. It's yeah, I don't think it's very good. I mean good, because if it was good, then it was kind of ridiculous. Biggest backstab in history of Tibia. Oh, okay, I'm looking forward to a big summary on Reddit. I'm sure in no time someone will go into the whole story about what's happening with Dijer. It has good weapon proficiency. It has all right, fine. I'll look into it. I don't remember. I mean, I got it for the physical meme. Let's see if it's any good. I don't recall it being all that good, but all right, fine. Armor pen, 1 magic level, alpha strike, damage against undead, alpha strike, energy pierce, energy pierce. It's fine, I guess, for an energy rotation with the energy pierce, some alpha strike. I guess it's okay. 6% energy pierce, that becomes like a 3% damage bonus. It's probably, yeah, for an energy build, I think it's probably fine. I'm not sure it's going to be better for anything else, though. There's already a full video on Tibia Ferrumbrini and it's boring AF? Okay. Ferrumbrini does like drama. I may watch it, even if it is boring, just so I know what's up. Hey, Kushner, yeah, those new wheels are for after the update. The wheel tool on Tibia Pal that's not yet public is exclusively for after the rebalance. If Dijer loses top one, are you team Velo or team Goronta? Well, I feel like I've got to support the Polish, right? So I guess I'm team Goronta and Bobek. Even though Velo, I have nothing against Velo at all. He seems like a pretty normal dude. I haven't heard anything like that bad about him. I've heard, bad things about Dijer and Dominando or whatever. I haven't heard too much bad about Velo. He seems like just a dude vibing and enjoying playing Tibia, But maybe that's just my perception. Does the 42% damage increase from the beam mastery apply to all waves and beams? So the beam mastery widens your beams. So instead of being 1 SQM, they become 3 SQMs. and those wider beams deal 40, 60, 80% of the original damage. So it's not a damage increase, it's just a damage of the side beams. Velo is the dominant leader of his server. Okay. Well, I don't know what he acts like. There are levels to the dominando types, right? I don't know how bad it is on those servers. I've heard pretty bad things about Brazilian dominando, but I don't know. I don't want to get involved. I don't care. I would not play on a dominando server, and that's it. I'll just always transfer off if I play on a dominando server. Ooh. Oh, look at this. I didn't even see it. I looted a lesser spiritualist gem from one of these. Pog. 1,000 punches new spells going to go in place of flurry. In the chain rotation, I think so. If you're going for the chain rotation, then yes, you probably go for 1,000 fizz blows instead of the regular flurry of blows. But if you go for the flurry of blows build, which may be the best one with the enlarged flurry of blows and some flurry of blows base damages, then no. I don't know if it would replace the chain either. Maybe, because then you would have a very simple rotation with no chains and all like waves and AoE attacks. Remains to be seen. I don't think the 1,000 fizz blows is ever going to be like the default builder to build around though. It's always going to be the second weaker builder. Astroberto, it's really hard to say. I think after the rebalance, probably Paladin on mid levels, but I'm gonna just have to play them and see how many good places they all actually have. 550 monk or 700 RP? 700 RP, of course. All PvP stuff sounds like organized crime. It is a bit. $700 monk or 700 RP. Don't know. I don't know. What kind of question is it? I don't know. Right now, that's probably around the break point where they're about even. After rebalance, I have no idea. Probably the Paladin. Will greater gem augments related to vocation rebalance be released at the same time? Well, the expectation is there's not going to be any greater gem augments or changes. Maybe they're going to release that in the summer update. The expectation is that there's not going to be any changes as part of the rebalance, though. Stop it, MacD. Stop it. I don't want to be playing Would You Rather games here. No more choices, please. Where would you hunt on 100 mage for EXP no waste? If I recall correctly, Edron Were creatures probably the best EXP at that level, although maybe a little hard until the buffer. Or lava lurkers, no? Yeah, lava lurkers, yeah, level 100 lava lurkers. New spells are just too strong. Yep. Yep. Paladin is going to be good. Paladin is going to be very good and very comfy for sure. Didn't know Tibia still exists. Played like 20 years ago. Better than ever, dude. Better than ever. Believe it or not. It's still going to be here 20 years from now. Don't worry. Oh. Not sure if I can be bothered to finish this this whole bestiary. How is it looking? 275 in 20 minutes. So we're looking at about 825 per hour. And we still need another 430. So we still need another 30 minutes for full bestiary here. I may come back another time. Maybe we do this. Maybe we do this bounty, and then maybe finish afterwards. Maybe 25 paladin with 145 dist, or 1.2k paladin with 120 dist. Well, neither of those would be very useful for me for making guides. Maybe just making some ridiculous content on the 25 paladin. Stop it, Spider-Man. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Probably Falcons. Probably the same shit that Paladin hunts now on a level 500, just better. Well, Mike, all that needs to happen is Tipsoft just needs to release a 6 vocation, and then all the hate will go from the monk to the 6 vocation. That's all we need. Are you able to do hard hunts with MS like you do with EK and Monk? After rebalance, definitely. I mean, you can already but it just has a slightly higher skill cap, I would say. Hate will never go away. Yeah, people hate paladins a lot. I don't think there's many like druid haters, right? Who hates a druid? How much of an asshole do you have to be to like hate on druids, you know? Those guys have been through a lot. Can't hate a druid. Hmm. Bad MS, hate on ED. That may be after rebalance. I think up till now, I think there's not that much druid hate now. How are we doing? Pretty okay profit. Still pretty good profit here. Nothing too crazy. All right. We're going to go do this bounty. 136x Aukar. No idea if that's how you pronounce it. But once we've done that, I'll finish the stream. I'm still, you could probably hear me like sniffling and coughing and whatever. I'm not yet 100%, so don't want to do too long of a stream. I think I'll probably be fine by like Thursday, Friday, and Thursday, Friday we'll probably do like 6-hour streams or so, or probably a little bit less today. Druids are best for paralyze. Yeah, I guess in PvP druids can be hated. I mean, fuck paralyze. Nothing infuriates me quite as much in this game as doing a diagonal paralyze and being stuck for eternity. Oh my god. Yeah, fuck druids. You're right. Fuck those guys. Nobody should have access to paralyze. We know what's planned for death beam size-wise. It's just like an energy beam, exactly the same length, and then it's gonna have the width through the revelation perk. Some streamers have paralyzed built into their hands. Don't know anything about that. All right, let's see if let's see where we can get the XL cars done. Here's one. 2 free. Oh, it's gonna be lovely. Not sure how long this task will take. Ooh, okay. We even get these dudes. I don't know if I have the. I don't know if I have the bestiary done here on this guy. I think I don't. Perfect. Oh yeah. Oh, here we go. So I can try to do this guy as well. Good shit. Is it variable respawn here? Is there any point of me killing these if it's not the ones I want? I actually don't know. Of course, there's someone hunting here. Ah. This spawn is random respawn. I'm not sure if it is. If it is, then I should just be killing everything, right? But I'm not sure if it is. It is? All right, all right, all right, all right. Fine, fine, fine. I believe you. All right, fine. So kill everything. Sounds good. No! Level 193 Master Sorcerer. Why? I've only got 8 of those. He doesn't have it claimed. I could claim it now and kick him out. 2nd June, really? I don't know. I don't know, really, really. Maybe. Oh, why? All right, 6 days. 6 more days on this server, dude. 6 more days, and we'll be free. 6 more days. Actually, there's quite a lot of these X dudes on the way to Alhau, no? Like through this little section. Maybe I should try there. What is the best rod? I'm gonna go ahead and assume the Sanguine rod is best. I've never played Druid. Going Keklanta? Yes, I'm going Keklanta. Indeed. I'll be there on Tuesday next week. Oh, we got these again. Oh, that's an easy bestiary. That's gonna be nice 50 points, actually. Kind of perfect. Oh, and again. Yo, it's 3 out of 5 already, dude. Love it. Is 2nd June just full speculation? Yeah. I mean, how can it be any more, any... I literally put another one. Hang on a minute. I always caught this one. Yeah, of course it's speculation. Yeah. I mean, we extrapolate from the data that we have. 2nd of June. I actually think it's going to be 9th of June, if I had to guess. My prediction is 9th of June. But yeah, I mean, we have no way of knowing, right? I just think that because they have 2 public holidays this week and next week, and probably a long weekend because of it, probably means they're not going to want to release next week. Does Monk's ranged etc. also make the monster attack you? Nope. No, it's not like an EK etc. This will be a fun place to record on a low level. Sorcerer, when I come here. What level do we think? So Death Echo, you get level 120. It's kind of late. I guess you would come here in an energy rotation, and yeah, I guess you just go E-Wave, Fire Wave, E-Beam, Fire Wave, right? And you have this kind of rotation here on like a level 70. Level 80 maybe for the GMPs. Yeah, maybe. What are the best gems for RP 1000 plus? It's actually kind of hard to say at this point. So Salvation, Healing were very, very good, but now maybe not necessary. Also, Grenade was always very good, but I'm again not Grenade Mastery. But again, I'm not quite sure how good Grenade is going to be after rebalance. I actually don't know what the meta for Paladin gems will be. It may be like mass sand based damage. Might be. I think the two that I would feel most confident saying will be probably good are mass sand based damage and empowerment mastery. The carpet mastery I think will be pretty good as well. That one's always good. So if I had to say now the two, those are the two I would say. But it'll depend on what the builds actually shake out like for the Paladin. Book World good for 3, 4, 60 RP? Yes. Chapter 3, definitely. Chapter 4 should be doable too. Both should be good, yeah. Do you think a solo ED player is worth investing in bounty tasks? I don't see many mages doing bounties. You just need to be high enough level, but yeah, of course it's worth, yeah. It's not on low levels. Bam, look at that. Easiest 50 points ever in 7 minutes just while doing a bounty. Crazy. Ah, this dude. Can I levitate down here? No. Alright, fuck it. You know, I'm gonna go to lower floors. Clearly a dude is hunting here. Leave him be. Level 500 is a high level. I wouldn't say it's a high level. It's a mid level. But if you're a 500, then yeah, I think you should be doing bounties. You should be doing master bounties. Likely at Bookworld, War Zones, this type of stuff. Maybe Summer Court, Winter Court. Those should all be pretty good. Low level? Come on. We can't say level 500 is a low level. Let's not be too elitist. If Balance is released on the 9th, when will be the summer update? Late July. Yeah, I say late July. Yeah. I wonder if I can do a lap when now I take the teleporter. I clear here, and then I take the teleporter back to the entrance. That could be a pretty good lap. And I won't be gaining that dude's way as much. There's quite a lot of them here, usually. Actually, not that many. And I take a quick teleporter back. Bam. Maybe. Why do you think people are using Deep Link Fork? It's because I think Tipsoft forgot that it's not supposed to have a powerful crit on it, and they messed with the crit imbuements. So now it's got 15% built-in crit chance. Not that good. Which is very good, rather. Sorry. I think they're going to change it, though. I'd be surprised if it stays that way. Nobody's gonna go for grenade mastery anymore. Yeah, I'd be surprised. Yeah, the divine barrage base stuff is way too good, right, to pass up. I agree. Which is not very good for the grenade. And grenade is not going to be all that much better than divine barrage, probably. I mean, we'll see how it shakes out, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if grenade's not really used for all that much. Is there any chance vocation balance tomorrow? Nope. They said no already. It's not going to be May. All right, this bounty is proving a little harder than I anticipated. I thought it'd be a little easier than this. We've only got 50 in 10 minutes. I guess it's not too bad. I did think it would be a little easier, though. Same for Lion Rod. I'm not sure. Maybe the Lion Rod they remembered, but, they probably don't even know what Deep Link Fork is, so whoever made the changes didn't really consider Deep Link Fork. Yes, base power is independent. But how much did the healing gem give? Can I check it? Can I check Fragment Workshop for other vocations? No. Well, that's a 25% base power boost for free. I don't remember how much the gems used to give for the paladins. What is Deep Link Forks? Oop. I found a Tipsoft employee, dude. Brazuka, when's the rebalance gonna be? Please tell us when the rebalance gonna be. Everybody wants to know. What are my thoughts on tomorrow's maintenance? It's gonna be nothing. I don't think it's gonna be anything major. Maybe it's gonna take longer because they're gonna clean up all the test server stuff. They're gonna close down the test server and delete all the files and stuff. So maybe that's gonna make it be longer. I'm not anticipating anything special. Will mitigation gems be best installed after the update? I think so. I think they'll be the best, most versatile gems. Oh, look at this nice 3x out card. That's what I want. Here we go. Hey, Tibia Vision. Hey, Benny. Pedro. Bounties here are a bit slow. Yeah, I'm also pretty sure the respawns are random. Yep, it's a random spawn indeed. I've noticed that now. So you can get a little done in by RNG, but it's not too bad. It's a good respawn though. It's overall a pretty good respawn. It's a sleeper respawn that's nicely profitable on low levels, on new servers too. A lot of cash money. And the Bestiary is not too bad. Hunted here for a long time. Actually, the profit was insane for a while. Yeah, especially at the start when the monks came out, right? They dropped the cloths, which were very expensive at the start. Now they're very cheap. But yeah, 5% mitigation gem will be great. Well, it's going to be 30%, but yeah, after upgrading. So yes, I do think those will be very good. I do think those will be best in slot. Definitely for paladins and monks. I'm not so sure about mages and EKs. Probably going to be good. I'm not sure if they're going to be best in slot. Definitely going to be happy with them on a greater gem, right? If you get a greater gem and the lesser mod is mitigation, you're going to be pretty happy. Much more happy than mana or capacity or whatever, right? Summer update in August? I mean, it could well be. I don't think so. It really depends how much they had to postpone it while they were working on the rebalance. But the rebalance didn't, I don't know. Did it take them that long? Got about 6 kills, 6k kills on each of the X. That means you've probably even done the spawning ones, right? Whatever they called, chub, what the fuck are they called? Those guys. Churrascan. I've not done those on any character ever. Didn't even finish that. Oh no. God. 500 kills only. I guess if you focus those, if you were constantly hunting around the bonfires, you probably would be all right. Yeah, if you just run, it's very quick. I don't think it's very quick, Piscato. I think that is a bit of an exaggeration. It can be targeted easily enough, and it's not like the worst bestiary ever, but I'm not sure I would say it's quick. I swear there's somebody else hunting here now as well. Oh, and we're only halfway done. Oh, I really thought this would be faster, dude. Oh well, whatever. 15 more minutes, I guess. X Barbecue? That's the Brazilian name? Okay. I'll try to remember.
Hello.
Hello. All server in that respawn? Oh, no. No, dude. Just Nevia. People everywhere. People everywhere, dude. Oh, there's another dude, look. And two more. Oh, and another dude. Greatest server, dude. I love it. I love it here. I love it. Oh, Lord. Get me out. Oh. 6 more days. Yeah, Aha was bugged and dropping sanguine items on Nevia, dude. That must be it. Dominando's too soft. That's how it ends. I'm not going to be giving them any ideas, but they decide to boot the neutrals. Maybe I'd stay. Nah, I'm joking. I like soft or non-dominando servers. Just not very nice for me to play when I want to do like easy stuff and bounties. It's good for like booking respawns. If you're gonna if you want to hunt your falcons and you want to get them booked in the morning, then it's great. But yeah, if you want to be doing bounties, it's not so good. How did Monk end on the test? Fine. It's just not changing all that much. That's why people aren't that excited, because it's not changing all that much ultimately. And people like change. Or like fancy new toys, and the Monk's not getting much of that. Just better. A bit better. Base Supreme mod for Salvation is 6% base healing increase. How much did they increase healing? I don't know. But basically upgraded Salvation mod, then I guess is 9%. So by increasing it 25%, they're basically giving you free upgraded Salvation gems for free. It's crazy. There's a specific spot where you can just sit still and like 8 creatures are constantly spawning. Took like 30 minutes? All right. Yeah, that is not bad. Do you want to tell me which one it is? Is it here between the two smiley faces? Would you be standing like here in the middle by the entrance? Oh, the exact corner where you're at right now. Here? There's only one fire there though. I'm surprised it would go so quickly. Interesting. I mean, Rapid is coming up. 25 points. Together with all the other X, presumably as well. You'd probably get the other X. 100 points. Yeah, maybe. What the hell? Let me add that one in. I'll try it. I'll try on Rapid. Thank you. Ah, nice. We got 4 hour cars here real quick. So slow though. Oh my god. It's like half an hour for this bounty. I guess it's at least gold, so I get 28 points. Oh, what? Can't get myself to throw my monk away for MS. Perhaps you shouldn't be watching my stream for a while, Witter, because I think there's going to be a lot of MS hype going on here. Any bets on how many weeks time from vocational balance there'll be some nerf on the hunting grounds? I don't know about the hunting grounds, but we'll get some nerf off some vocation within like 1 month, I'm sure. You got an 830 MS. You can just play it to get your fix, and then go back to your monk. No need to sell anything off. Isle of Evil Bestiary, no thanks. No. A Rook stay more fun than RP? Controversial. I always want. I'm always kind of tempted to start a Rook stay just when I like really want to do something like really, I don't know, really chilled and just kill some wolves on Rook. Maybe I should make a little Rook stay character. Although you know what's annoying about the Rook stay, because there's a special advertising channel. If you actually play a Rook stay and relog to like your main characters, like your channels get closed. Your advertising channel gets closed. It's kind of a pain in the ass actually. Nobody talking about the summer update because there's been nothing about it yet. People will start talking about summer update like a week after the. You know when people start talking about the summer update when the first teaser drops. Although the first teaser is usually boring, right? The first teaser is usually like a lore update, right? They kind of tell you about the type of monsters there's going to be and stuff. There's not really that much in there usually. New best in slot equipment. Grand Sanguines are finally dropping, so maybe. Are you going to change the sub icons into ones? Oh, no. I think we'll stick with the monk stuff. I'm sure we'll be back to the monks soon enough. Free slots for armor best in slot for the night? I don't think so. Pretty broken. It'll have to be pretty weak. Otherwise. New best in slot energy weapon? I don't think so yet. I'd much rather see a better legs, a better amulet. No, not legs, sorry. Better boots, better amulet for the monk. I'm not that. Sulker Mask doesn't need a replacement yet, I think. What is going on here? Are they like duo hunting in here? What, those guys are constantly knocking about here. Are they duo hunting freaking Ixupan? We had a familiar, so he's over level 200. What is going on? What is going on here? Oh, we need 24 more, dude. Please. Please. ED rebalance in solo mode, I think is going to be fun. Fun where it works. Although it may get a little boring after a while. it's going to be strong, but yeah, after a while, if you're just going fork, 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 it may get a little boring. Not that much different from rune, 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 you know? I don't know why they abandoned the changes for runes. Yeah, it's weird. That's probably the weirdest shit. They like really insisted on making these smaller runes and then just gradually made them bigger and bigger back to the. I was not expecting that change at all. The runes I was sure are gone, 100%. I was really shocked to see that. I do wonder if runes will still be meta in a lot of respawns. Guess we'll have to see. I hope not, but I don't think MS is really going to be going for rune, rune, rune pretty much anywhere. At least one of MS's elements will always work somewhere. And it's likely same for the druid. There's going to be very few reasons. Look at this. Level 210 paladin and 160 EK. Duo hunting base Ixupan. This server is a state of mind, dude. Oh my god. No, I don't want to be too rude because yeah, they clearly are, you know, beginner players, I guess, but still weird. As long as they're having fun, dude. How the hell do you have so much mana all the time when you're hunting a Sura Mirror? I don't even know which video he's talking about. EK Monk? I don't know, dude. Good mana management, I guess. Not missing turns. Making sure you hit your autos. $350 RP? Oh, God, I don't know. I don't remember the RP video. Again, but again, probably mana management. Hating newbies? I don't hate them. It's just weird. But it's, you know, whatever. It's whatever. They welcome to hunt here. I'd be more annoyed if it was a smaller respawn, right? This respawn's quite big, so we can coexist peacefully. I can still do my bounty. Sometimes it's more chill to run and throw runes. I guess. I never really enjoyed the rune throwing. I don't know. It doesn't feel good to me, so I'm going to try and avoid the runes as much as possible. Yeah, by all means, let them have fun. Let them have fun. I still kind of over level for this spawn, but I guess if they have no imbues, no knowledge of the game, maybe they came back to the game today, then yeah, I guess maybe this is an appropriate spot. All right, four more X and we finishing. All right, finally. There's one. There's one here. 3 more. And we can go. And I'm gonna end. I need a break. Stupid illness. All right, 2 more here. And a 3rd one there. Excellent. Oh no. Actually, that one's different. We still need 1 more. Oh, here he is. He just ran off. Okay. I'll come back here to try this rapid strat. But 30 minutes seems like unlikely to me. 30 minutes, you said, that you can do those in. So you need 1,000 of them, and they spawn 5 at a time. That implies you spawn the fire 200 times in 30 minutes. That's 8 times, like 8 times a minute. You know what I'm at that, but I'm not so. I'm somewhat skeptical. I'm somewhat skeptical. I'll try it, but I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure I believe it. Let's claim this one. See if we get anything good. Blood Crab, no. Frost Dragon, no. Pirate Gunner, no. Scout, no. Deep Sea Blood Crab, no. Wedge, no. Ogre Brute, no. Swamp Troll, no. Frost Dragon Hatchling, no. Lizard Temper Crawler, Scepter, Spectre, no. Nope, nope, nope. All right. Adept bounties suck, dude. I think I'm just gonna give up on them. I'll just collect my daily tokens. I'll have 10 when the rebalance drops, and then we're just gonna be doing master bounties. Fuck adept bounties. They're really, really garbage. They were okay to help me with some bestiaries, but now it's not really worth. There is, yes, but Goldie, but I don't need to do those. I don't want to do those. I'm looking for bestiary. I'm looking for monsters that want to do bestiary, and I already have lizard templars done and stuff. I'm using bounties as a way to fill out my bestiary. I don't need to be doing orcs or lizards or witches or whatever. I have all that done. I'm just looking for like medium creatures that I still need in my bestiary, and it's really hard to get something that makes sense. Yeah, I'm out of rolls. Yeah, it doesn't matter. All right. I'm gonna go. I'm still suffering from my cold a little bit, so I don't want to stream too long. My throat is going a little bit. We'll be back tomorrow. Probably at like similar time, so 11 or 12. Can you show your bounty? Oh, it's nothing on this character. This character has like nothing. I haven't been playing this character very much, like 5%. All right. Let me find somebody to raid on Twitch real quick. Who do we have on Twitch? Fiery streaming. Rubinos is streaming. I guess let's go to Fiery today. All right. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll feel a bit better so that I can stream for a bit longer. So let's go to Fiery on Twitch and on Kick and YouTube. I'm just going to end the stream, and I'll see you all next time. So thanks for watching. Bye-bye.